We're going to win a World Series, but you had to give each other a hall pass. Would you do it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, why do
Who does she have to? Who does she have
So
to?
you can pick anyone who you want. Who would you pick?
Anyone in the world? My ex-boyfriend.
Oh my god. Holy shit. Who would you pick?
You.
Aw. I'm sorry. Why the ex-boyfriend?
We're gonna fight about this.
Why the ex-boyfriend? He's gone. You can tell me.
He was a good lover.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Coming from a galaxy near you, this is Brothers in Booze. And here are your hosts, Greg Washington and Doug Ziegler.
Wow. 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 He was a good lover. Oh.
I saw that already and I can't.
The guy was like, I'd pick you.
The ex. Wow. Oh, welcome to the silliness, Doug. What's going on?
Welcome to Brothers of Booze, folks, where we keep it clean and dirty all in the same first podcast.
Wow, right. Yeah, you're not fully clean unless you're what was going on with...
I don't understand. I was fully expecting them to crash into something. That's what I was waiting for.
Right. Right. I mean, she was keeping it real. The ex put it down.
Gary, you are not lying, man, apparently.
That was crazy.
Wow.
I need to compose myself. While I do, Doug, why don't you get to your first one?
Okay. So I'm going to pull something from our boy Greg Clapp's area, I believe. Little Drecker.
A little Drecker. What's going on with that?
So this is a strawberry milkshake beer.
Whoa. Did you have someone send that to you, or were you able to get that?
No, I got it at a bottle shop. So
damn, okay.
We've been getting a few here and there, not a lot, but you know.
Yeah, you're smart to grab that when you see it.
Yep. So let's see. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Zach, he missed something and he's not happy about it. Zach, maybe we could do it for you. Buddy.
This is pouring out so thick. Look at that. Strawberry milkshake beer.
Is that a beer?
It says strawberry milkshake beer.
Is that a beer?
My goodness. That looks like a smoothie.
Wait, that's a beer?
It says strawberry milkshake beer. You can ask me that 50 times. I'm just going to tell you.
Sorry, I just want to make sure. I can't overlap the videos. Oh, I gotta stop.
That tastes nothing like a beer. That just tastes like an alcoholic slushy, like alcoholic milkshake. Yep, and you're right, Zach. I do have a Blanca beer. So that.
What did he call it? A Wonka beer?
Dougie Wonka. That's what he called it in the comments.
Oh, yeah. Zach, just because we love you.
Yankees were going to win a World Series, but you had to give each other a hall pass. Would you do it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, why
Who does she have to? Who does she have
So
to?
you can pick anyone who you want. Who would you pick?
Anyone in the world? My ex-boyfriend.
Oh my god. Holy shit. Who would you pick?
You.
Aw. I'm sorry. Why the ex-boyfriend?
We're gonna fight about this.
Why the ex-boyfriend? He's gone. You can tell me.
He was a good lover.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Oh, Doug,
Aye.
there you go, Zach. I at least stopped laughing this time. I have the Giant Jones extra blonde ale, Doug. It's their 4th anniversary, and I'm gonna let Jessica Jones and the ladies explain everything about it. The extra blonde ale celebrates 4 years of women of Giant Jones making big organic beers, and you for being here with us throughout it all. Made simply with organic pills, malt, organic Tahiti hops, usually reserved for dry hopping, a double IPA, plus organic yeast, of course. The correlation to our favorite beer style, barley wine, is valid. Yet this is designed for summer days. Or I'm sorry, sunnier days. My eyes are going in my old age. Cheers. Cheers to the next 4 years. This was bottled on 5/31/22. I love the freshness. 10.9%. And yeah, boy.
Man, that looks nice and yummy.
Doug, it's crisp. It has you can tell it's big, but it's also crushable. In
That's dangerous.
Big beer, it's dangerous. Y'all need to hit up Giant Jones tomorrow. It's their 4th anniversary. I snuck in there today because I know it's going to be crazy tomorrow. I might sneak in tomorrow just to give Jessica a hug because I love her. But if I don't, at least I got some because it's going to be crazy there tomorrow and they'll probably be out. I got one more, Doug. It might hit you. I'm not sure. It might not. If I get there tomorrow, though, I will buy one for you, buddy. Make sure you got it. I only got 2 today. And yeah, that's all. Me and took the boy so he could carry out all that. I knew I was gonna grab a bunch. She had that their triple too, Doug. I'm pretty sure you had that. She makes a fantastic triple.
Yeah, that triple is excellent. Yeah,
this is excellent. Right. So I'm like, I couldn't pass on that. Then she had another one that I'm about to show y'all later, English IPA, which is like 8%, crazy high IPA. Yeah, man, I'm happy. This is great. We got this for a great guest coming up. And what else you got going on, Doug? Anything you need to talk about before we jump to our fabulous guest?
Other than move-in week for my oldest back to campus because he's living off campus, and prom night for one of my kids. So 2 out of our 4 kids were it's like crazy freaking busy. I'm in the middle of a giant upgrade for work. So thankfully we stopped doing that at 8 p.m. So literally an hour before I got on here, I was stopped working and I got to log in tomorrow and log in Sunday. So it's a busy weekend.
And it's also, you don't have to go into this, but I'm sure it's busy on your wallet.
My wallet is sobbing, I'm telling you.
We're not at that stage in this house, but I could. When I heard about what you're saying, and I was like, ooh, yeah, that's going to be interesting. Yeah. So, all right, Doug. Without further ado. Man, that shit cracked me up. I still can't believe that.
I can't believe How drunk was she? Because you can't be sober and say that shit unless you're looking to get broken up with.
And she knew she stepped in shit too, Doug, because she was like, we're going to fight about this. Yeah, lady. I don't think you're going to hear I don't think you're going to be able to live that one ever. Now it's going viral. So it's not good. Poor guy.
Yeah, poor guy. But that was gonna be funny is if her mom sees that, because that would be hilarious.
Man, it's viral at this point. If I saw it, it's viral. I don't get on TikTok like y'all do yet. And that was a TikTok video as we saw. So if it's on TikTok, it's viral. It's over. It's just not everything on TikTok is viral, clearly. But if it crosses my desk off of TikTok, yeah, I'm with JHG. I don't think she was drunk, Doug. I think that was honest.
What possesses you to be that honest in a camera where people are filming you?
Right. That relationship was done before the ninth inning.
Before the seventh inning stretch.
Right.
Here, stretch this. I'm walking away.
Right. Yeah, she'll win. The other guy just got friend zone. He'll be okay. Right. Well, he was into her too because he's like, I don't want a hall pass. So I was like, I feel he's such a nice guy. He's gonna get run over, in my opinion. Nice guys like that are just. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm cynical in this aspect, Doug. I know you're a nice guy and shit worked out for you, but you're not. You're the exception, motherfucker. You are. I just gotta keep it clean, man. Like that poor guy, right? Right. Well, if you can't handle at her worst, you don't deserve her at her best.
Well, apparently her ex had her at her best. So
sounds like you had the reach for sure. Anywho, Doug, enough. I and it's funny, man. I see all these videos obviously because I load them up, and I just didn't think I was gonna have that reaction after seeing it. I saw it like 2 times, and I still. Lady, did you just do that? Okay, you did. All right. You gotta love the internet, Doug. You gotta love it, man. For all the bitching that we do for the bad shit that the internet has brought us, it brings us gems like that, and we gotta run. And speaking of a gem, our boy Darren Carter is here to talk about grilling and all the other stuff he's got going on, but grilling. Have you grilled yet, Doug?
I grill all year round. I don't stop, even when it's snowing.
Okay.
So it's not there in the patio. It's in the middle of winter. So
okay, we stopped for about a month and a half this year because it was just too cold. Like the way our house is set up, like our living room is right next to our sliding glass window. Okay. So like when you open the sliding glass window, it literally opens up the outdoors to like So we don't want that February monsoon of Wisconsin swirling. Right. So we stopped smoking for about a month and a half. No all season for outdoor cooking. Well, if you're in Texas,
you're in fucking Texas, man. Then,
right?
Then like, man, it's cold. It's 55 degrees out. Like, Jesus Christ.
Right. Tepper, if you were back at home, meaning you know where you came from and what you call, Boston, what you call home and shit, right? If you were back at home, would you do like Doug, which is year round? I have a feeling the answer is yes, but probably yeah. So Texas isn't. He lives in Texas, but that's probably not a good excuse for Depp because Depp is probably right. He grilled in the snow in Boston, right. Now again, I don't know about Boston or New York, upper New York, but February is just downright. It's just fucking nasty. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So even Cleveland is cold where Darren is. Darren's gonna be like, yeah, man. I bet you Darren's gonna come in here right now and say he does it all year round. And Cleveland can be nasty too, coming off the wind, coming off that lake and all that.
Getting on the lake effect, yeah.
Yeah. But I think it's more about setup, Doug. Like your house, when you open the door to the back, there's like a corridor, y'all. And then it flows into Doug's kitchen. So like if you open that door, it's not gonna really like flow to your like living room or you know what I mean. So there's a there's a gap there. So then like it could be cold in that. And right where Doug is right now is the nook that almost faces that corridor that we're talking about. Yeah. I mean, not almost, it does. And then so you can brace. You know what I mean? I think it depends on the layout of your house. But we're gonna ask Darren right now, and we're gonna stop talking. We're going to welcome our friend Darren again back for his second or third time or something.
I don't even remember. How many times, Darren?
Second
this is
on this?
The second one on the no, wait. I think this may be the third here. I think this may be the
Okay.
third.
I think
Okay.
third.
Maybe
We did a,
third. Definitely two, but maybe third, and then one with
Meet
you,
My
with
Friends.
Yeah.
Yep. So Darren, nice to see you. A whole bunch of things took place before you even got on. So first of all, what's up with? First of all, okay.
Your hair is rocking, man. I got it. The hair is rocking.
You like it?
We gotta talk about that first. Yeah.
For sure.
Oh man, I've gotten nothing but compliments about it, and this is no bullshit. This is the longest I've ever grown it in my whole life. And I'm actually starting to like it. It is nappy as hell though. Can't put a comb through it, but anyway, I'm sorry, Darren. Thank you. Thank you for the compliment. So, do you grill all year round? We already know this answer.
Oh yeah. Okay. I will shovel a pathway to my girls before I shovel my grill. Pretty much.
Hey, Greg knows my patio is like half of it's covered and a section of it isn't. I keep my grill and my smoker out of the bit that's not.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to shovel out to it too.
Yeah.
And it's covered too. Doug's got to cover, right? You do it under the cover too, right, Doug? It's under cover. So, and Doug's got Doug, he's got a nice backyard too, because he got a big a tree line or a bush line. So then it probably stops a lot of that wind. We don't have that much of a tree line, so then we got a whippy wind, and it's kind of a mess. So we took a month off, but we didn't want to. But we took a month off. Darren, what are you drinking?
For interviews and discussions, I always pull out the Uncle. Let me see you get there. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I always pull out Uncle Nearest. So
man, still haven't had that. Shameful.
Oh, Greg, even I've had that. Come on, man.
Shameful. I said it, man. I copped. I'm done. By the next time Darren is on here, I will have had it. I'm done. That's it. We're back to this.
I mean, it's nice.
Ultimatum.
It is really nice. It's won a lot of awards. I mean, we know the story of Uncle Nearest. It's a couple others I want to try though. There's one bourbon whiskey for the Burr brothers. They're three black brothers who got a company their own whiskey. I think it's down in Kentucky. They got their own
Kentucky. Yes.
I want to try them.
Yep.
There's a Jamaican lady. She has liqueurs LS or something. I want to try that. If y'all know, and it's been even getting bigger since we last talked. For me, representation is a lot, and it means everything. So I'm trying to get more products. There are a lot of great products out there, but I'm trying to get more products that have been, made by people that look like me. So,
amen. And little inside ball, we are doing that too here. Long story short, we have our friend Andy Lytle used to come on. He came on once and talked about horror shows. So I hit him up this week, and he's like, "Man, I'm booked for a couple months." So Doug, what did I do last night, Doug? I started researching black podcasters for horror movies, and I'm working on one of them so they can come in and we can talk horror. Because when we had Andy on, we had almost the highest people ever. The engagement was crazy. People love horror stories.
Yeah.
Man, more than I thought, Darren. They're not really my thing, but y'all love that shit. So I want to give y'all what y'all love. Plus, I want to at the same time, promote black businesses or black people or black conversations and all that. So we feel you're here too, man, and we want to give a cheers to that for sure. Do you have any comments on any of the clips that you saw before you got on here?
Dude, I would have just left her. I would have left her right there. She can go to bye. And I wouldn't have been surprised if 5 minutes later her ex called her up. Was like, "Hey, you missed me, huh?" I thought so.
I like how she was like, "We're gonna fight about this." Yeah.
I love that.
If your stuff is in my house, you gonna get them out of my house. That's
right, but
it's done. It's done.
I had a good old time with that. I had a good old time with that.
I don't think she was that lucid. I think she had a little bit too much to drink.
Okay.
I can't believe you can be that honest without alcohol right next to the person that you're.
Like I said, the only way it could be is if that lady was looking to get the hell out of that relationship.
That's cruel.
That's
Yankees were
super
going to win a
cool.
World Series, but you had to give each other a hall pass. Would you do it?
Absolutely.
Okay. She looks a little bit. Yeah. Okay. JHG, after you see her again, look at her face though.
Okay, why do
Who,
you
who
have to
does she have
hesitate?
to? Who does she have
You
to?
can pick anyone who you want. Who would you pick?
Anyone in the world?
Yeah.
Now think
Yeah.
about it. First of all, anywhere in the world, she could have said a movie star, sports guy, or somebody, but she go back to her ex. Come on, man. Come on.
No.
We could
Right. She said absolutely. She said absolutely real quick.
She didn't even look
Yeah.
Okay, why do
Who
you have to
does she have
hesitate?
to? Who does?
Oh, I'm sorry, Dan. What'd you say?
She didn't even look at the dude to see if he was going to say something first. She just blurted it out.
Yeah, she
Or a
did.
hall pass. Would you do it?
Absolutely.
Right.
My favorite is that she's like, "Why did you take so long to say yes?"
Right. Look at that face, right? Like she's like, wow, you did right. And the dude's like, lady, I'm actually happy with you.
With you. Poor dude. And he's not going to kick her out. He's going to.
No, he's not.
Okay, we understand. And, next thing you know, she's going to be like, the phone's going to be ringing. She's going to be like, who is that? Because she's going to be like, excuse me 1 minute. Son, no.
Right.
It would be over.
Right. And who knows how long what the context is, meaning how old is the ex? Is he like 2 weeks old? Is he 2 years old? What? And he's still in your head.
I hope he's a little older than that, because that would be pretty gross. That would be a crime if he was 2 weeks old.
Who knows? We don't even know.
Sorry,
think about it.
you're
We all
meeting a
know.
relationship.
Right. We don't even know.
If we took a poll in Facebook and we all know that one or two that just did it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So they're obviously exes at this point in our lives, but we know those one or two or whatever that just, and you don't forget that. Now,
Right.
Unfortunately, she shouldn't have said it.
Right. And no, you ain't getting no hall pass for that shit. No.
No.
The whole pass I thought was reserved for like shit you just could never really pull,
Right. Like it's supposed to be like a once in a lifetime. Like Darren said, it needs to be like, Prince or Derek Jeter or somebody like you could not, you know what I'm saying? Right. Somebody out there on the West Coast where Zach is or some shit. Right. Right.
Maybe it's Zach.
Right. Has Darren met me? I don't fucking know. Has he?
Did we meet at dad? No. Did we meet at dad too? I don't know.
Right. But Jeff is, she's
too quick, Jeff. Too quick.
Yeah. The tongue was based on it quickly with the ex-boyfriends.
That was something, man. Wow.
Yeah. So anyway, all right, Darren. I wanted to be able for you to catch up to make sure everything's cool. But so what is going on since we last talked? There's been a lot of movement with Carter's Barbecue.
Yeah. First of all, my lighting sucks. I'm gonna try to fix it. My lighting
looks
sucks.
good. Looks good. I can see the brownie shirt. That's all we need to see. We can see the Alf. We'll get into the Browns.
Yeah, that's
in a hot minute.
That's kind
of, it's a hot ass mess. But
I'm not gonna let you guys just gloss over that shit.
Oh no! I told you we're ready for this conversation at least here. But Darren, what's not a hot ass mess is Carter's Barbecue. What's going on?
Carter's Barbecue. We finally are on wheels. We got our trailer. Got it plastered with my face and my wife's face all over it. And we had our grand opening. We still been kind of doing pop-ups. We had our grand opening for it a couple of weeks ago. And I don't know. I mean, the euphoria of it, it was, we had a great turnout. People even just bought gifts for the grand opening. And it was, it was euphoric, man. I mean, first of all, y'all know I deal with ADHD. That's not a,
something you hide. You're upfront about that.
Everybody knows that. And this is one of the things to see that it's not done, but it's like one part of the journey completed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've done many things before and they not been completed, but I believe I've finally found my way. I finally found my passion. I finally found the thing that I can keep on doing, and it fulfills me. And that's a big deal for me. And the other big deal was to see my father and my mother there, and to see my father see his name on something big. Those two things were the best part of the day, you know, except for people coming and congratulating everything. That was wonderful. But those two things in particular were the best.
Did you get a snap of it? Did we get a picture of Dad and how he looked?
I had no pictures, but at some point they do get pictures. He was sitting down looking.
Yeah.
And, you know, to hear him say that he's proud and that my mom said that they're proud of us and what we're doing, dude, you know, that was the best part of it. So yeah, we're moving on. We're gonna do our first festival on the 11th. We had to get our permits and all that going, and I had a smoker issue. The first guy, when I put the deposit on my trailer, I also put a deposit down on the smoker. It never came through. So, you know, that's a whole nother story. People got issues. It just happened, whatever. So I ended up having to find somebody else. And he actually, Adam, he just, I saw his name up there. So he said a comment. I don't know if you can pull his comment back up because I don't know what he said.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Adam Scarborough. Yeah, listening now, welding up there. Yes. He's making my smoker as we speak.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And this gentleman actually works at the mill I work at. Didn't know that. I had gotten desperate when we had finally figured out this was over 6 months. We were not getting our product that we put it down deposit for. So I just said, well, we got fabricators at the mill. I went on our Facebook page. Do we got anybody that can do this? And people recommended him. We talked, and he's, you know, been A1 since day one. I think by next week he said I should have everything together so I can finally have a smoker on back of the trailer, and that can be, you know, finished. So that can help me out, you know, do bigger projects because I'm still working off of what I had before, but we're doing what we got to do. So yeah, and with that, you know, getting a little bit more a foothold on bigger customer base, and had some catering things to do, and you know, people are asking for the truck. The only negative side of that is with my job, it's hard, you know, to do some things because of the way my job schedule works. And, you know, I'm going to try to balance the two. We got a number that we want to reach. If we can reach it part-time, as soon as we're able to reach that number, if we can do that in a year's time, then, you know, I'll let it go and go full-time, you know, because I'm sure if I can do that half-time, I'm sure I can double that, you know, full-time. So if we reach that number within like a 12-month period or a calendar year or something like that, then we'll definitely be doing it full time. And that's what I'm looking for, because that's what I want to do. I mean, there's nothing more priceless than to see people enjoy the love that you put in the food. Nothing. So, and I love that.
Amen. So I do have to, I've been obligated. My family told me that they need to talk to you. I need to address this issue with you. So we're going to do that right now. Again, this isn't me, so don't attack me. Okay, cool. Okay. My family is a little upset at this.
Why are they upset about that?
Because they love it and they want to buy more. It says out of stock. Right.
Oh,
right.
Okay.
So,
I was like, what's the problem with that? I was like,
right, look, it says out of stock. So the lady was like, it was funny because I'm like, y'all got to help me give. I actually enticed her, like, y'all got to help me give Darren some shit. So make sure that you go to Carter's thing and make sure that he's got his. Seriously, they will not eat any other barbecue sauce, and we just wait. We have two. I don't even know why they're bitching because we have two in our fucking storage area. Right, but they don't want to. Darren, they don't want to run out. Darren, they don't want to run out. Like the Costco stuff. No, the supermarket stuff, no, and I'm not even bullshitting. There's one that's has a nice black man on it. I forget what that one's called. Yes. He had it, yeah, and it's cool, but they're like, no, we need Darren. So you got to tell it, and I'm like, look, he's got a bunch of shit going on. When chill, so like, and I'm like, he's coming on this week, so we gotta like. They love that though. But if y'all never had Tawisha Street Honey barbecue sauce, I'm telling you, it's easily one of the best barbecue sauces I've ever fucking had. And I'm not just saying that because the man is here. He knows I buy it in bulk. Like, we cleaned you out, I think.
You did.
Okay.
You did.
Literally, Doug, we've cleaned him out.
Yeah.
You don't have to answer, Darren. All I know is that we go by there every like 2 weeks to make sure you don't got any more. And we're ready to clean you out when it's ready. So whenever you can get that and you do that, we'll be fine.
I would probably not put it up, but I'll let you know. Because I do have to make.
Oh, he's giving you the back. He's giving you the,
I've given him the
VIP access.
I gotta make another batch. I haven't made one in a while. Well, I've made some for cooking.
Yes, a nice black man. Yes, as opposed to a bad one. Go on.
That person doesn't know me very well, but nevertheless, I have to make another batch because a couple of people at work have gotten it, and one of my friends, it was funny because we were walking by, and he was like, "Hey, what's up?" And he was talking to his fiance on the phone, right? And she was like, "Hey, is that the sauce barbecue man?" And he was like, "Yeah, that's Darren." She's like, "See if he got some sauce." And he like, "I'm sure he doesn't have it in his locker, honey."
Right? Like,
so yeah, I got to make it. And thank you for that. I mean, but see, this is why I like what I do. I know everybody's not going to like my stuff. I mean, everybody doesn't like McDonald's, Burger King, or Wendy's, but everybody has their own niche. So, you want this. I want to leave it aware. We'll see. We'll see. But to get these responses, to get these responses to something that you were able to create and put your heart into, who can ask for anything better than that? You know what I'm saying? And there's the opposite side. I'm sure I haven't witnessed it just yet, but there are some people who could be like, "Yeah, says you step in the way of it." Okay, fine. That's to you, but. You go with what makes you happy, and to be able to feed people good food, have good sauces, rubs, and things that they can use to enhance their cooking. And I'm good. I mean, just I'm good, man. I'm simple in that way. I'm a nice black man, and I'm a simple black man. doesn't take much.
Yeah, well, we're having a smoke issue, but that's another story. Yeah, not that kind of smoker, Matt. Yeah. Some friends y'all are going over here doomsday prepping with that shit. Yes. But you can blame it's the house. Not that I don't want to support Darren, but they're like, well, how many he has left? 4? All right. Yeah, they're like clearing the fucking
they're going to the aisle like this.
Right. And it's funny too, because they're like, well, he doesn't have that much. We can get some of his rubs too. And I'm like, right. So 5 rubs show up, 4 bottles. Right? The rub is good shit too, though. The rub is good shit too. Your rub is really good shit too. It stands up to the other ones too. It really does.
Much love been put in that, and co-packing right now is expensive, so I can't afford that. I mean, I got to do things one at a time. But hopefully somewhere I could be able to do that, at least to sell more offline, because up here in the north, trying to get my sauces in major brand names or stuff like that, major stores, grocery stores. I mean, they selling Guy Fieri's stuff for like $4. I mean, I'm gonna be losing money with me doing that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's not going to work for me. Most of my sales will be coming either from small stores, small butcher markets, or something like that, and or online. So, but that's coming. Give me a few years.
And I don't know where Darren. You can answer this question, or you don't have to. I don't know where Darren makes his barbecue sauce, but those people make their barbecue sauces. They got big. Company professional kitchens and shit. And I'm pretty sure Darren doesn't have a professional kitchen, because Darren, I wouldn't say struggling, but Darren had to put some work in to get his cart. and to get his, smoker.
Yeah.
So like, right. And that was, that's always been your priority from what I can see on the outside. I don't have any inside information.
No, you're right.
But,
and we do use a commercial kitchen. We have to, a shared kitchen, those commissary kitchens.
Right.
We do go there, but it's just small batch stuff. Maybe enough. I could do like maybe 50 bottles, between 35 and 50 bottles at a time.
Right. So even supplying, I learned this on Shark Tank, even supplying like, a Walmart or just like 3 supermarkets, that's your 50 is your whole thing. Like that's
everything.
Right. That's not even my greedy ass family's take. And we would take like at least 10 of those bottles. We ain't fucking around over here. Because again, in Wisconsin, we don't see any kind of like shit, like nice black man, old black man, mean black man barbecue. We don't got shit. Right. We got to import our shit from Ohio, and we're cool with that. But so whoever, I think is that Matt Pressberry heckling me, it's fine, y'all, because I don't really care.
You're just happy you got your shit.
Matt's my dude, though.
Right.
Matt's my dude. He has great.
You know it. You know it.
Matt, congratulations to you on this foundation. I got it.
Oh man,
he's another donation. I was able to donate a couple of times. I got to put another one in because I want to help you keep that going, man. But yeah,
yes, sir.
You the man. I'm actually thinking about doing a nonprofit something too. We'll get into that later.
Yeah. Y'all heard it here first. Me too. But I ain't gonna say anything more than that. Because I didn't even tell Doug yet, and Doug deserves to rip me if I don't tell him anything. Because I ripped him last week there. He didn't tell me. Listen, man, we all have a mutual. You didn't tell me shit. Ripping. I got mine from you, Darren, a couple times, and I deserved it. Doug got a hot tub and didn't tell me, Darren.
What?
Then he wants to brag about it on Brothers and Booze without telling anybody.
Really?
I'm getting a pre-production, doofus.
You got the bubbles and you ain't telling nobody?
Right. He just knows that I would have crashed his house already if I would have fucking known.
Hey, man, listen, you can pop in the car and drive 12 hours to my house and pop in the hot tub. I'm good with that.
Don't dare me with a good time, man. I'm tired of hiding.
I'm showing up in Hoochie Daddy shorts.
Right.
Oh, bring it.
I can pick Darren up too. It's right on the way.
On the way.
Right on the way.
Yeah,
Damn.
but Greg, you'll just drive through Cleveland, not stop.
Yeah, well, fuck. Double fuck you, Ziggler. 1, 2, add them up. You got 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is a story behind that, but we won't.
Yeah, we don't want to. We don't need to hear that shit. We don't.
There is a story behind that.
Right. Thank you, sir. He appreciates what you said, and I will be sure to buy some sauce now. I know, unless Greg gets it. You bet. I'll give you. Look, Matt. I'll give you 8 hours, Matt, and then that's it. We're moving in. I don't got time for that shit. I need my barbecue sauce. I need my barbecue sauce. I need my Teresa Sweet Honey. That's just it. But anyway, back to Doug and ripping him about this hot tub. Doug, how many times do you go into the hot tub a week now?
Oh, I go in every day, at least once, usually twice.
For fuck's sake. He goes, Darren, but he goes, it's just a little, it's not anything to get excited about. It's just a little small, little portable one. I'm like, I don't give a fuck how small it is. You and your wife can get in and chill, right? Right.
Like Eddie Murphy said, it's a hot tub. It makes you sweat.
Right. And I don't know, man. I'm just jealous of Doug's backyard. It's just Doug, you have to admit, you have a really, you got it. It's like a B+ backyard. Yeah, you almost have like it's really, really tight.
Mm-hmm. And we've added so much. We've added so much to it since you've been here. So I mean, we added a greenhouse. We expanded the garden. We planted a bunch of apple trees in the back to start an orchard. Like we've done a whole shit ton of stuff back there. So
he's in it daily, right? Yeah,
I'm in there just lounging.
Zach wants Darren's rubs, but not the hall pass rub. Man, maybe I don't know. The man does he does a lot of rubbing over there. I
rub a lot of butts, Zach.
Right. Right. So real quick before we get to Doug's question, because I've been asking all the damn questions and haven't let them in, but that's kind of how it goes around here. Y'all already used to that shit. I'm having the English style International Pale Ale IPA. Jessica, are you watching? I'm confused. It says English style international pale ale. Then it says English IPA. And that's because maybe I'm confused because I had your 10%.
Maybe that might be why.
right. Look, it's gone. I dusted this bitch. But Doug, this is 7.1. It was bottled 4/12, so it's almost a month and a half old. Doug, this is one of yours, bro. This is an IPA with subtlety to it. It's got hops, but it has a nice malt background. And quite frankly, Doug, I really need to send you this one. And you know what? Because English people don't. I'm sorry, English people. Here we go. The English, when they brew their IPAs, they're not big. You know how their extra special bitter isn't even bitter?
No.
You know what I mean? Like they don't brew big, hoppy, crazy beers. I think that silly Brewdog place does, but they're not. They're Scottish, I believe, right? But
Yeah,
also they're kind of like they're kind of why they came up is and how they came up good is that they brew like bolder American style fucking shit. This is your speed, man. This is an IPA at your speed, but at 7.1, it's a little bit high on that scale. Fantastic, love it. Doug, what's your second? And then after you do your second, you and Darren, you got them. So you ask the next question.
All right, so this I actually am going with a Scottish beer, a classic Skull Splitter Scotch Ale.
That is a classic.
This is a classic fucking beer. I love this beer. I haven't had it in a while, and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna get one of those, and so I picked it up. So I probably haven't had one of these in 3 or 4 years, maybe. I don't know why. I love Scotch ales. And the other thing is I get to use a nice fancy Scotch ale glass that Craig loves. So
yeah, Zach, I said it was a B plus, and Doug agreed with me. I think it's not an A plus because of like I would like the other side, Doug, to be like have some kind of barrier. Like your left side kind of spills into your neighbors, right?
yeah, and that's because we actually like those neighbors, so that's fine.
That's some shit.
Man, this is like just super classic Scotch ale. I mean, just got all the malty flavors. It's just I don't know what to say. It's a classic. It's good every fucking time you have it. It's you know what you're getting. Orkney, what's that? The Orkney Brewery. And I like the label because it's not even super complicated, but it's Viking shit. That's cool.
Zach knows me well.
Yep. Kids are power leveling on Overwatch.
Shout out to King Joseph, a friend of mine. We met over at the Unknown's Black Pitmaster. He comes and listen to our discussions. I saw him on here. I think I saw a comment of his. So he's on LA watching.
Yeah, he sent you congratulations.
Yeah. Good man.
Yep. And I made it in the house, Darren. Facebook Live, peace and blessings. Sending his well wishes. What's up, King Joseph? That's cool, man.
Part of the barbecue family.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. So Doug, only on Saturdays.
Because Zach asked if my neighbors came sitting nude in the hot tub, and that's only on Saturdays. So.
Yeah, but Doug, there's no nudity in Doug's hot tub. It's banned, Zach. Even I know that shit. I had to already try to get clearance there, and it didn't work. So I tried. Zach, I tried, man. I really did. Charlie's drinking a Ferguson's Shy Giant IPA. Okay. Doug, it's you and Darren, and I need to shut up.
Well, I actually wanted to ask a question about. I recently found beef back ribs because I don't get them a lot, and I was like, "Ooh, cool!"
Oh.
I tried those, and and they're thicker bones and all that jazz. I'm like, "Oh, okay. Well, I'll try smoking these." And my one friend who did do smoking some competitions and stuff, that doesn't do that now. And he said, well, he said you could do it just salt, pepper, and garlic powder, throw it in the smoker, just keep it at the temp, blah, 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 all the normal things. It shrank so much, like the amount of, because it's so much more fat content to it. And it's just like, and it's just like big bones and a little bit of meat. So is there a different method you would use for that kind of thing using beef backs, or is there just, you're just kind of.
They all shrink. They come nice and long, and then you get like this much amount of meat.
Yeah. No,
and the faster you do it, the more shrinkage you have. So if you cook them hot and fast is like over, 260 to 280, something like that. They're shrinking a lot more. But if you low and slow them, do a 225, 230, about a good 230, 250. They won't shrink too much. I mean, they will still shrink, but not as much as if it's on a hotter heat. They just do that, man. They just do that.
Well, it's a bummer because so my wife can't really handle pork all that well. So like when I make regular ribs, it's, she can have one or two, but then otherwise, So I was like, oh, beef back. Maybe I'll try this. Maybe this will be a good way around it. And beef back I'm sure it was, Zach. But I was just trying to find a solution that my wife could eat more than like a couple of ribs. And we were like, man, these things shrank. And I didn't realize I could do that.
Well, they do shrink. You ever thought about well, it's not a rib, but chuck roll? Chuck roll is a good beef. It's a little less expensive than brisket. But you could cook it like a brisket.
Chuck roast?
Yeah, chuck roll. ROLL.
Chuck roll. I've never even heard of that. So yeah.
And you can it's not as much fat. But you can prepare it just like a brisket. It's good smoked beef. Sometimes if you shred it, you can shred it or slice it. Some people know the difference, some people won't, but it's a good beef alternative. And it's a little bit cheaper than brisket. You still get the brisket taste and feel per se without that brisket. And then that's another form of beef that she can get instead of eating a little bit off of the bone. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like brisket is still, I don't know how it is for you, but it's really expensive right now. So
it's expensive for me to pass it over to my customers being where I am. I mean, what I'm doing, it's almost about $5. Well, Choice just went on sale. It's like $3.90, which is really cheap right now because it's been above the $5 mark lately. But everything is going up. I mean, we used to lay quarters around here where it used to be like 25 cents a pound for like a 40-pound bag. Now they're 75 cents, almost $1. Chicken wings, I do not ever do chicken wings because they cost too much. So yeah, everything's going up, but it's still a cheaper alternative than brisket, and you can yield a lot more than your beef rib.
Yeah. Are you of the opinion that I think Jerry Richard always is the one that says that chicken wings are a lot more work than they're worth?
Yes,
because it's not that much meat on the chicken wing, so it's like you're making all this effort and it's like not that much meat.
Yeah, pretty much, pretty much, and they like brisket. They're overrated. It's overrated.
See, I look at Greg's eyes. He's like, "What?"
Brisket.
Going, Darren.
See, brisket has become commercially. Brisket has become the go-to. I mean, if you want to be a pit master, or if you're doing your thing, you got to make a good brisket. It's just not that simple. I mean, barbecue isn't that simple. You could just cook this one cut of meat and, oh, you're a pit master because you got a nice smoke ring and it's juicy. It's more than that. And to diss barbecue like that as a whole is just really egregious to me. But and brisket is a Central Texas kind of thing, and so now Central Texas is king because they're the brisket, headquarters or whatever you want to call. So it's overrated. It's a good, it's a good cut of meat. Don't get me wrong, it's good.
Yeah.
But, talk to me when you cook a cow and all the one whole cow and stuff like that, or you cook something in the ground, then we can talk. Other than that, it's just you just watching too much TV, too many competitions.
Right. Well, I had a reaction to the wings thing because my family, since we got this Komodo Joe.
I love the Komodo Joe.
Yeah, I love it. love it. We
I want
absolutely love it. We can't say enough about it. Everybody knows my boys are 16 and 18, and all of us can work that thing alone almost now. It's almost been a year. I asked you about a year or two ago. I was like, we're trying to get into this. And, Darren's like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't want to recommend anything big because I don't know where y'all at as far as like your mindset. So maybe you want to start small. So then the family ended up going big, Doug.
That's not a bad choice, man. That would be one of the things. I would take them over the green egg, the big green egg, only because of what you get, your value in it. The Komodo Joe, and this is not sponsored. You should be, but this is not sponsored.
Right, we should be Komodo Joe.
They give you all your accessories, They give you all your accessories.
Yeah.
Whereas with the big green egg,
you got to add that shit, right?
Yeah. And after you do that, you're spending much more than what you have done with the Komodo Joe when you just bought it all at once.
Right. Isn't the green egg like crazy expensive too? Like
it is. Both of them are expensive.
Both of them are pricey. But you will get your money back, though.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, Doug. I'm sorry, Darren. I shut up.
No, you're good. But if you get like, the say both get the larges, okay? One's going to cost your Komodo Joe probably costs $1,200, $1,100.
Yep.
Your big green egg costs like $900 or $1,000. But with that $1,200, like I said, you get about $400 worth of extras.
You get the plates and you get the grates, and
racks,
you get
all that
racks, all that stuff, right? Yeah.
So now you got to spend that $400 a little bit more with the big green egg, and you end up spending more in the long run because you got to buy everything a la carte there. So,
and I can speak from experience. You will ultimately, at the end of the day, save money because I'm telling you, what I was going to say is that wings, Doug. I know they're and Darren. Again, I'm not ever like I do with the lady. The lady's a nurse. Okay, y'all. So when it comes to anything professional medical in this house, I will never question that lady. She has been doing it for decades. She has a far experience. I am just a peon when it comes to thinking about medical and stuff. I only question the lady on levels where I think that like she might be getting too emotional and like moving too fast. But I will not question her medical expertise, whether I should do this or not, ever. And that's the same with Darren. So I'm not questioning Darren at all. But what I will say about this is that if you would go out and buy 12 smoked wings at a restaurant, that full wings, I'm not talking little baby winglets. I'm talking about the full wings, Doug, because here's a little tip, y'all. Those full smoked wings are just so much better than winglets. It's not even close. When you have like a big ass wing and it's smoked, it's just fantastic. That should have cost me here in Wisconsin $30, $40, Doug, for a dozen of just smoked wings. We can get it. We can get those smoked wings in here. I just bought 2 packs off of wildfork.com. Check them out. They do pretty good shit, and it's fucking frozen, and they do it overnight, and their prices are pretty damn good, actually. I got 2 packs in, Darren, for $10.
Really?
2 big packs, yes. And we throw them on a smoker with the double rack, and an hour later, we got some nice, crispy, wonderful fucking wings. And it just really, I know Darren's tight, he's tight about how he barbecues because he's a fucking professional. Sometimes we'll let that shit go to $450. Sometimes it goes down to $375. But as long as it reaches that temperature that we're looking for, and it's all good. We don't have to be experts in this. And that's kind of my next question with Darren. But my point is that like that's why I rolled my eyes about wings, because like we've pretty much got wings down in this house, and that shit is fabulous. Now Darren's right though. Finding those wings is getting tougher and tougher with the avian flu and the inflation and all that shit that's going on. It's getting harder. But I'm telling y'all, your value is if you get a Komodo Joe or a fucking green egg, and you like wings, get those full wings, pay for them somewhere, do what you got to do to get them in, and just throw them on that smoker for an hour at $450. Darren, it is I'm telling you, spend that money on that Komodo Joe. Do it. Fucking do it. Go and spend that money on that Komodo. If you're like, I don't know if I do it, just shut up and fucking do it. I couldn't be more animate about that because I was like dicking around, like, and then at some point the lady was like, "Look, just buy the fucking thing." Like, you know what I mean? Like, she did, and we got it in the house, and it really was and is a game changer in this house. A Komodo Joe, do it! God damn it, can't say enough. But one thing that Darren, the last time you were on, you gave me some of the most valuable barbecue advice I've ever had in my life. And that's when you told me about how to make ribs. And you told me that I had to hit that temperature range of, I forget what it was, 197 to 204. Is that what it is? Or something like that? Or
200, somewhere around there.
Something, yeah, right. And that's all I tell my family now. And we try to do the slow as much as we can. But that's when we know it's done. And we have had the best fucking wings, Doug, since Darren told us that I've ever had in my life. I would never, ever buy ribs outside of this house ever again. And there's no reason to do takeout. Takeout wings, and Darren, I'm going to shut up on my little right here and let you finish. But takeout ribs, in my opinion, is one of the worst things you can get out. Because by the time, even if they're made perfectly, by the time you get them home, they're cold or they're fucking like, the sauce ain't Teresa Sweet Honey, or there's always, or they're overdone. I'm telling you, you can't do ribs better than your own self. All you need to do is slide in the fucking Darren's DMs, ask him how to do it. Motherfucker will tell you in 2 seconds, motherfucker in a great way, not a bad way. We'll tell you in 2 seconds what you should do. And I'm telling you, with Komodo Joe, you could be a professional smoker, or at least have some, you can't be professional, but you can have results that are really, really good. And again, you can just pay half attention to this shit. Like not half attention, but like you got to watch it a little bit. Like Darren, we used to really, really stress on temperatures and shit. And not that it's not important, but like, to me, it's more important just to have a good time, to fucking like embrace that you're cooking. Barbecues, it's about like, you're about to tell me, it's about a culture. It's like a way of life. Like, don't overthink this. Just have a kind of a good time. And I don't know. And Tupper was telling me this too. Like once you have it dialed in, it just becomes easy and fun and just really, really enjoyable. And I don't know if there's a question in any of that shit. But I will say though that Darren gives fucking fantastic advice. So here's a question. If people want to get into smoking, Darren, it's really intimidating. Komodo Joe, Green Egg, Traeger, pellets, chunks. I mean, where, you know what I mean? Like, what? Where can you give me a concise? Where do you start?
If you don't want to spend too much money and you want an all-around good, decent grill where you could smoke small things, and yes, there is philosophy in food, and it is very zen. Yeah, it's community-based, and it's a wonderful thing. But a Weber, old-fashioned Weber kettle, is one of the most versatile backyard grills you can do. You can do offset grilling, meaning having a hot zone and a cold zone. You can hot and fast grill straight over the coals. You can do all night smokes, with a big brisket, thing called like a snake method. What is a good beginner smoker? There we go. Weber kettle. I mean, really, honestly, you can set up charcoal and wood pellets. I mean, not wood pellets, wood chunks in there. And it's
probably just get the Komodo, dude. Sorry, I'm not saying Darren's wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong.
He said listen to me. He said for a decent price, the Weber is still, the Weber Smoky Mountain is a good thing, man. But yeah, I mean, the Komodo Joe is a great upgrade. I ain't gonna never say that. Like I said, I want a Komodo Joe. I can't afford one like y'all can. I can't afford one, but
I love you keep it real, Darren. I love that shit. Go on now.
A good basic one to start with, if you don't want to get too intimidated and got all this kind of crap going on, it's just a Weber kettle. Because you can do your offset smoking there. You know what I'm saying? Have one side hot, one side cold. You put your meat on there, just let it get your vents. Once you dial in your bottom and your top vents, your regulators, you're good to go. Now, if you want to make that big move, yes, something like Komodo Joe is one of the best things to do, or a type of barrel smoker. They have a few of those. A friend of mine, he does custom barrels. Actually, Jeff got one of his custom barrels. What does it say? Going big is better. Yeah, because going big is good in the beginning. It's intimidating, but some people like to go through steps, because if you go real big real soon, it just you don't get the growth step. You know what I'm saying? You don't get the growth step.
And I got for the record, I got the small Komodo. I didn't get the big Joe.
Okay.
I got the average Joe.
I got you.
So I didn't go completely big, but I'm with Darren though, and I'm sorry I cut you off, and I'll let you finish. But I'm sounding like Kanye there. Anyway, I'm sorry I cut you off. I'll let you finish. No, but I wish now Darren's right though. I wish now I got the big Joe, but I got the meat. I got the small Joe, but I wish I got the big Joe. Go on, Darren. I'm sorry.
Other things are like different barrels. Champion Drum Smokers. This guy named Darren. He where is he at? He's out of Atlanta. Yeah, he's out of Atlanta. He makes custom drum smokers. Of course, my favorite pit barrels. Those are also good starter smoker things, because they're almost a set it and forget it to a degree, to a great sense, and you can make some good food there. But if you want to spend some money, those Komodo Joes are something to do. What if you get a smoker hall pass? No, but then you got to go with. Then you have to go with your ex, and I don't know if you can go with your ex. I'm just trying to help you out, so y'all won't have an argument.
So can I just say that Komodo Joe sounds like a character from Mike Tyson's Punch Out?
Yes. Yes.
I've never seen any advertisement for Komodo Joe.
Right.
For once on Instagram.
Right.
I had never heard of it, to be quite honest. And I'm not listen, I cheat. I have an electric smoker. I don't fuck around with having to deal with offsets and all that shit. I don't do it enough to really need to do anything bigger than that. So I'm a cheater.
Another Komodo Joe endorsement is this. Why the lady was doing research, and she ended up on Facebook, and both of us ended up into these Komodo Joe groups. And then that's when we were pretty much overwhelmed, because when you go in there, not only do you see all the fabulous food and these people doing all this kind of crazy shit and all these tips, and you start to get real confident that like you can at least have a community. There's a really good, Darren can talk about this too, and I want him actually too, but there's a really good community around barbecue, period. But there's really a community around Komodo Joe. And if you Google, you put it in Facebook, Komodo Joe, you will come up with a whole bunch of groups. Go into all those groups, and then you will see the community that's there. And they will also convince you to go Komodo Joe, not green egg, and they'll give you 18,000 examples, and they will tell you why. They'll tell you where to get it. All you have to go in there and say, I would say go in there and then, search for, I'm looking at it, blah, 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 and then you'll find all these threads. Or if you don't want to wait, make your own thread. And I'm just telling you, people will come in and just be like, look, don't get the green egg, do this, bump, 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 bump. And they go down the list. And then, all you have to say is like, so I got my Komodo Joe yesterday. What should I make? And then it's like 20 fucking, right. Right. Usually it's always pork butt or wings or, something like that. But my point is that there's a community. So like you can at least get in there and then like have, some backup as far as people trying to help you, telling you what accessories to buy, what not, because there's all kinds of accessories to buy, pizza and there's a rotisserie. There's all kinds of shit going on with Komodo Joe. It's just fantastic. I can't say it enough, but I do want to say, so we kind of upended you. So to start, you say if people want to start low, you say, I'm sorry, what was that again? The Weber kettle.
The old-fashioned Weber kettle. And they got the Smoky Mountain, which is almost like a barrel type to a degree, but it's very versatile. So you can get your chops on smoking long smokes with that thing. You can do a pork butt, you could do a brisket, you could do your wings, you could do whatever, and it's versatile. So, excuse me, when you're trying to learn, you can cut your chops on that. So taking that next step won't be so difficult for you.
Right.
Yeah.
Doug, you have a barbecue question?
I was actually wanting to point out that Mike Summerlin had a really good question about basically wanting to know what is just that beer style to pair up with smoke and spice. So, Darren, I know you're not generally like maybe a huge beer drinker, but is there a drink, like do you have any sort of drinks that you go, oh, well, this really pairs well with this, or,
Barbecue and spirits go a ways back. I mean, if you knew a barbecue man, the moonshine man wasn't too far, and sometimes they were one and the same. But bourbons and whiskey's are always good for barbecue. Like I said, I'm not a beer guy. I don't really know much about that type of thing. But if you want something nice to pair out for you outside, outside queuing, watching your grill, you're doing your thing. Get a nice bourbon, man, and a little dark. Good to go. You're good to go.
Yeah, I'm a beer guy, and I could say, really, Mike, it would almost be. I almost should tell you the beer styles not to. I think most beer styles, it's a Zen thing. Most beer styles add up with your grilling. So if you're going to sit there and drink some light lagers and just throw them back, that'll be fine. If you're an IPA person, those hops and all that go up really good with the smoke and the spice. Smoky beers will only feed into all that, and those are good too. Your amber will be great. Yeah, there's saisons. I mean, I don't, Mike. I don't really think you can go. Now he said pair it best, so that's that's he's trying to delineate from everything and say best. But your smoky beers. Are you in the smoky beers? They would go great, obviously, with the whole thing. IPAs are fantastic. Any kind of lagers will be good. I don't know. Like, to me, it's all open for the most part. And you just experiment, and that's the fun part. Adam says here, saisons with smoked pork.
Saisons, for some reason, with any sort of smoked meat is really
fantastic. Good. Right? Don't overthink. Right. Right.
If you like something, you probably will like it with the smoked meat, right?
Right. And then it comes down to your palate too, Mike. Like, drink whatever you like, and then just like, try it out, and our boy Daniel agrees with me. The deeper the flavor, the more backbone might be needed. The higher the spiciness, maybe more hops. But other than that, I mean, just enjoy what you normally enjoy, I would say, and go from there.
Fucking Zach.
Zach, right? A cinnamon bun beer. Zach has been ripping me about my 450. Yeah, I don't care though. Like, I really don't, because sometimes the lady is the I don't know about your house, but the lady's the temperature. Like, I hope she's not watching, because she's gonna beat me over the head when I get off of this shit. But she's the one that, like, I don't know, I wouldn't say most concerned about temperature, but she's always like up on that. She's like, oh yo, it's 450, like, what's going on? And I'm like, 450, fuck it, whatever. Like, unless it's brisket or something that I think you need, like, to keep that temperature. Chicken thighs, man, listen, skip those wings and go to chicken thighs, for my opinion. Chicken thighs, you can barbecue the fuck out of a chicken thigh, Darren. And I mean, like, not give a shit. Like, it's juicy, but they come out crisp.
They come out
juicy. Yeah. Oh my God, I love some chicken thighs.
I sell those instead of wings. I sell quarters instead of wings. So for my chicken dinners, they're chicken quarters.
Right. So the leg and the thigh.
Yeah.
And we haven't really fucked with the legs that much. Yeah, the chicken quarters though.
Leg is my favorite. But yeah, the chicken quarters, it's a nice, very meaty piece of thing.
Whoa. Legs over thighs? Is that what I'm hearing?
I grew up just eating I eat both, but if you were going to give me a piece, I would take
right.
I would take the leg. I would always take the leg.
Okay.
I always take the leg. But I mean, dark meat in general, but give me the leg.
Right. Shut up, Zach. God damn it.
I think Zach envisioned you like cooking stuff and pulling it off and being like you break it like brittle leaves in the fall. Like
I do, man, I do. So then let's get down to this. So then, like, what we have this discussion / argument in this house. What is considered burnt? Because when you smoke something really high, sometimes it comes out brown.
Well, you gotta there's a difference between when you're past a certain temperature, you're no longer really smoking, you're basically grilling it. You know
okay. Even if it's direct or indirect.
Yeah, even if it's direct. If you're over 350, I mean, that's a hot and fast. That's almost a hot and fast grill. But I mean,
if you're great.
You're gonna have to go in there and turn those puppies because you have to flip those puppies because you're gonna burn the side. And sometimes when you're too hot, okay, here's the thing. Sometimes when you're too hot, you get a lot of smoke, which causes it to get darker brown. That smoke is not necessarily what they call the clean, good smoke. So you want to make, if you do get it that high, let it sit at that temperature for a while so it could calm itself down and burn itself out a little bit.
Yeah.
Because if you get a lot of white smoke, and with chicken, don't say almost there. with chicken and your drippings, when that it's you get a lot of flare ups. You can get a lot of kind of stuff like that. So you gotta be careful with that. And that's not necessary. It's not burnt, but it's coated with a lot of smoke. How about that?
Right.
Burnt is burnt. I'll let you know. This past week we had a sandwich sale. I had a catering gig. It was an apartment complex, and they wanted chicken sandwiches and pulled pork sandwiches. So I was like, okay, cool. Feed 150 people. Let's go. I told you a story. Don't have my smoker yet. So I have a cinder block pit in my back where I cooked a whole hog on, and I was like, I can do all this too on here. So I cooked my pulled pork on there, and I did my chicken. But I got the heat too high. I went inside. I covered everything up. I had them, I had my thighs and legs skin side down because I wanted them to crisp before I turned them over to finish the cooking. The drippings went down. My son came to me. It was like not even 5 minutes. Daddy, something's burning outside. I just see this big gulf of smoke coming out in the block pit. I am freaking the freak out, right? I'm like, oh no. So I take it off. This is a mushroom cloud of smoke. And I just hear the fire is above the grate. Now I'm like 4 cinder blocks high, right? 3 cinder blocks and you got the grate, right? Fire is above the grate. And I'm just pulling things off. No, they were burnt. It's like at least 35 pieces of chicken are ruined. They were burnt. So I was like, I can't believe I just did this. So I'm tripping, right? I called one of my friends to see what I could do. But by that time I kind of set up myself. I was like, you know what? It's just gonna be what it's gonna be. I called the lady, told her, look, I had a grease fire, some of this stuff is burnt. I'm not gonna charge you that. Plus I take an extra off because I'm not gonna be able to meet because I couldn't go away and get no more meat,
Sure.
I'm going to take a little bit
mitigate
extra. So she was like, oh, that's cool. Is everybody okay? I'm like, yeah, it's fine. So thankfully it has enough pulled pork to kind of counteract a little bit of that. But I still gave her a discount anyway. But yeah, so I was pulling off the burns because it was nowhere near done. Remember, I just put it on there. Greg could take that still burnt. You know what, Greg? My wife made 3 casseroles. Zach made 3 casseroles out of that burnt chicken. We took the skin off of it.
Right. Fuck you, Zach.
Finished cooking it. And we had chicken noodle soup and 3 casseroles. And it was It was good.
Hey man, casseroles that Midwestern catch-all for just I got leftover shit. Let's throw it all together and fucking bake it. I'm like, great. It tastes good.
I was gonna say, you say that's a bad thing, Doug. It's not a bad thing.
No, it's not. It's a great idea. Hey man, we got this leftover shit. Let's throw it in a pot with some other things and see what happens.
She found some recipes, and I was like, yeah, I think I ate a pan of one of them myself. But see, and even though I got a business and this and that, it's still a learning process.
Yep.
You know what it is? And that was, I never used that for that particular type of thing. So I maybe should have practiced some, right? Right. But I know better now. I ain't gonna never make that mistake again. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's to let you know, no matter what level you are, dude, if you're doing barbecue, you gonna burn some meat. I mean, literally burn to a crisp that, even if you just pick it up, it's just gonna go to dust. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And if you haven't done that, or if it doesn't happen to you, then I question your barbecueness. Because it happens to us all, It's like a bomb maker. You know who the bomb maker is because he ain't got no fingers, right?
Right.
No different.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Zach. I didn't even think of that.
That is a good idea. Yeah.
And
all
then
right.
charges flavors liquid.
Right. Wow, Darren. So that great story. I didn't think we would get that out of you today, and I don't know if you thought that you were going to be telling that, but that says though you're going to fuck up. Almost embrace it, and then just try to mitigate that at some point. And it's funny too because with respect to Doug, or to me, we're only talking about a family of 4. Or Doug Doug goes from a family of 2 to a family of 6, depending on what the hell's going on and who's there. But still, fucking that up, fucking up a good dinner is still not what we're all trying to do. You know what I mean? Yeah. Right. We're definitely not. And even if we just look like an ass, shut up, Zach, in front of our family, it's still, you know what I mean? It's different than, looking like an ass and, as a professional. But Darren, real quick, how far, obviously you never know until you're into it, but how far are we away from you doing this full time?
My hope, if I could do it tomorrow, I would.
Right.
But, the mill does, they have a good pay out schedule and it helps. You know what I'm saying? It helps.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping the initial thought was 5 years before, to try to juggle this full and part-time. But like I said, if we can go through a 12-month period, which includes all the seasons, wherever they are, and come up with a specific number, then once we do that, that's going to be the high consideration for us to be like, okay, it's time to go.
Yeah, and you're also, you're also considering, you also have to consider COVID and how that pushed you back too.
Yeah,
that clearly didn't help.
This is this year will be our kind of, it's not even really the first full year because we didn't get the smoker until February, March. I really wasn't able to do anything. We still was kind of like doing a pop-up out of the commercial kitchen, but this is kind of going to be like our 3/4 real all the way doing year of some type of investment and doing some stuff. So we at the end of this year when probably like next January, next February, we'll see where we came within that period of time of finances, how it was. Because obviously the more availability that we can get, we know we can get more money, but because of my job, some of the availability isn't there. But we're not ready just to take that one leap right away. So,
gotcha.
But I would say with 2 years would be a max. Hopefully before that, but I think 2 years will be a max. But I'm looking for shorter. I'm pushing for shorter.
And then one last question, and then I'll toss it to Doug. What besides buying up all your fucking barbecue sauce, how can we help from afar? How can Zach help from California? How can JHG help from Washington, D.C.? How can Tepper help from Texas? Even if it's just sharing your shit or...
Well, yeah, that's it. With all of our social medias for people that are not decently in town, you want to know, okay, tell you how sharing is important. one of my best customers who at least comes sees us once a month. If we do like two, usually we try to do like 2 pop-ups a month because of my job schedule. Now we're going to try to change that to 3, but at least once a month, they come an hour and a half away, mind you. They come an hour and a half away just to get food from us. And you want to know how I found out about them? Or they found out about us? Mike Heenan. You know what Mike Heenan is, where he is.
Right. California.
West Coast.
Right.
It just so happens he shared something or commented on something. He's like, Ohio peeps. Good. You sent a couple of friends to this live stream. Absolutely. He posted something to, said Ohio friends or whatever, and they were looking for some good barbecue. He has to come up to the VA hospital every so often. So it just so happens that one Saturday he had to come up to the VA. So him and his wife drove up, and while they drove up, they came to get some barbecue. They've been back without coming to the VA ever since. I mean, they came to our grand opening. They was one of the people that graced us with some gifts. They brought their son the last couple of times, because he got a taste of the food, and then the times that they came before, instead of just their 2 dinners, they would get him now a dinner. Now he comes up with them, and that's all because of Mike Heenan did something, and he's in California. So you don't think that may help, but they're a customer for life. As long as I do what I do, they're customers for life, and we love them. We become family already. I become family with people real quick. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and I can't. They come an hour and a half away just to get my cooking, man. I mean, here again, they come an hour and a half away for that. Hour and a half away. That's humbling, and it makes me, it does make me feel good. Bust out my chest a little bit, but it makes me feel good.
Right.
So yeah, but
that's out, man.
But that's all by sharing. So commenting on something, sharing something, it only takes a second to do that. And what I try to do, because I try to get that in, I think I cried a couple of times, during our grand opening at some points. And my daughter's like, but you support everybody. So why didn't you think people was going to support you? Because you put it out there doesn't mean that it comes back all the time. You know what I mean? True. But it's still humbling that it does. It's still this whole process of how I got the trailer and the smoker and all that is just, humbling in itself as well. But yeah, so outside of purchasing stuff off the website, the rubs and the sauce is just share a little.
Yeah, and I don't think sometimes if you're not in a marginalized group, you don't understand how being in a marginalized group can set you back mentally. Meaning you don't think that you're going to get the support that you need because you are in a marginalized group. So if you're in a marginalized group, you kind of understand that sentiment of being really emotional when you get an overwhelming support. And I'm just speaking for myself, not Darren. You can agree or not. I struggle with this myself when people are like, man, you're doing great. That's awesome. And I'm just like, that's cool. But like on some level, I'm not even on expecting it. I'm almost expecting none of y'all to like any of my shit. And I just kind of like go forward with it. And you don't have that mindset of like, yeah, you know what I mean? So then when you get the overwhelming support, it's overwhelming. It's emotional. And I don't have to have HDH or any of that to feel that. So, but what I do have to feel is Doug wanting to not only ask the question, but to talk about his third beer.
So I'm going to shift gears after I have this third beer. This is the beer I've been really excited to try. So this is Peanut Butter Jenkins bourbon barrel aged version peanut butter Jenkins.
What in the fucking hell?
Yeah, so Peanut Butter Jenkins is my favorite peanut butter stout. This is by Thin Man Brewing out of it's out of New York State. But they even did I don't know if you could see it, but I did it upside down.
The wax, it's so 2018.
Yeah, but that's the actual symbol for their brewery, which I thought was kind of fun.
Oh, okay. Nice little touch there.
Yep, PB Jenkins. Yes, you are correct.
Right.
Yep. So I was talking to JHG about this because this is one of his favorite peanut butter stouts too.
Yeah, look at it. Bring on the Jenkins.
Yeah, I told him I was having it, and last week he was away, and I was like, "Well, I'm going to have this," and he goes, "Just save it for next week." So
PB Jenkins.
So the problem is, I'm going to spend an hour and a half getting this wax off. So
right, okay.
But while I'm doing that, I want to shift the conversation to something a little less fun, maybe. The Cleveland Browns. Let's get to it.
Oh,
because but it's I want to get to it because the idea for me, the idea that they would sign fucking Deshaun Watson, who's been accused by how many women of sexual assault, and he was acquitted on some of them.
23, Darren.
23 now. 23.
23 now.
And now apparently a new one came out.
That's 23.
I'm not sure how much Cleveland spent on him, but holy shit! How are you plunking that much money on a guy who's probably
A-Rod money?
Yeah,
A-Rod money. 250 mil guaranteed.
Give me your thoughts on it, Cleveland fans, because as a Jaguars fan, this makes me laugh seeing some other franchise not being as inept as us.
Okay, Darren, you want first or you want me first? I love the body language out of Darren. I fucking love it. Oh my god, I feel it. I feel it miles away. I feel it.
This is very difficult on many levels. One, you take away the issues and you got the player. It's a huge upgrade from what we had. And with that, meaning we probably can do some good with what they surrounded him with, and our defense getting up a little bit, chunked up a little bit more. But two, I have a daughter who openly talked about her being a survivor of things like that, which, I got mad at her at one point because I was like, why didn't you tell me when it happened? She knew what I would have did, so she didn't say anything. But, still dealing with that part of it. But so.
Sorry to hear that.
When I hear that, thank you. And she's doing well, But when I hear that, I hear her. And, it's easy for the talk at work and the talk around people. Well, they knew what they was getting into, or this and all, you know what I'm saying? That kind of talk. Because we protect, all we want to do is win. And we protect somebody who believes that we believe that they're going to win. But then people are involved. Now, I do also believe that a lot of people, when there is an accusation, me too, even though that wasn't necessarily a me too, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. To get a part of what, maybe the group can get. So am I questioning the validity of all of them? Not really. I just, maybe somebody there may or may not be right. I don't know. But just the fact that there's so many, and they're somebody's daughters. So that's hard. That's really hard. It's like, but the Browns fan in me is like, dude, we can go to Super Bowl, But the dad in me is how can I really, I always root for the jersey, not necessarily for the player. You know what I'm saying? There's many people that have worn a Browns jersey, a Cavs jersey, a Guardians jersey. That institution is the same. Players come and go. He's going to come. He's going to go at some point. That's why I never buy a jersey with somebody's name on it. But it's just, as a dad, it's hard. And to know what my daughter went through is difficult, to know that now 23 people are accusing something similar. You know what I mean? And if there is that much smoke, I know there was fire somewhere. It could have just been one, but even that was one too many. I can't see 22, 23 people just straight up lying. That's difficult for me to believe.
And women get zero benefit out of coming forward, like
zero.
So they're not doing this for publicity or money. the amount of shit women get when they come forward, it makes that's why you don't see as many people come forward when it happens to them.
So
And Darren's daughter is another example.
Mm-hmm.
So it's hard. It's hard. And when they were going to get it, when they said, "Oh, he's out of the picture," part of me was relieved, to be honest with you. Part of me was relieved because I knew I wouldn't have this inner battle. You know what I'm saying? Because he's a great player as on the field. He would really up our chances of winning more games than what we've done with the former quarterback. Not to give him any, I mean, Baker was Baker. He did what he did. I think they used him wrong last year. I blame the coaches for that on him. They should have set his butt down when he was hurt and let him, do what he needed to do. They didn't do that. For me, that's the coaches. Or maybe they weren't to ruin him. I don't know. This is Cleveland. Anything can happen, right? But when they were in the race for him, I was like, that's not a good move. Not publicity-wise, I don't think it's a good move. And then he was like, "You're no longer in the running." I was like, well, at least that's something I don't have to deal with now, okay?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna go through this. Right.
I don't have to deal with that.
Right.
They say no. 2 days later, he signed with a $200 billion Julian contract.
Right. But Darren, the whole time I was like, if he doesn't go to Cleveland, he doesn't really want to go to the best team, because out of all the other teams, Cleveland is set up to
better team.
We're set up with the defense and
we only need that really. We just needed that.
We're actually set up.
Yeah.
For once in Cleveland Browns history, we're actually set up. Real quick, Doug, what's up with that beer? And then I'll get to my response.
Okay. As JHG noted, that is one of the best bourbon barrel beers I've ever tasted. It's fucking super.
In your whole life?
It is. Well, the peanut butter.
In your whole ass life?
Well, if you're going to compare it to anything that's peanut butter with barrel aging, like, how that can get a little squirrely.
Yeah.
It's not. It's perfectly balanced. It's perfectly balanced. Like, the barrel aging isn't overly boozy, but all the bourbon flavors are blends right in with the peanut butter. You get a little chocolate element in there too. It's super duper drinkable. That's the problem. This is, I got to see what the ABV is. I think 14.4. It drinks like 8. It drinks like 8. Like, it's not light. It's not light. But if you see that, look how fucking dark that is.
Don't drink too much. You're gonna stand up and kind of,
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting time when I stand up after this.
Right.
I have no tolerance anymore, Darren. I mean, I don't know. Ever since I had my heart attack in November, ever since November, I hardly drink. So, like, the drinking is on the show, and my God, that is superb. And I have to find more of that. I want to sell her some of that.
Post game on Patreon, y'all. Sign up real fast.
Yeah.
Um,
yeah, we don't have any.
Anyway, shit.
Anyway, but I
I
wanted to say that just quickly on that whole mess is just like, all right. So the thing that the NFL does is that they let, it's gonna be Zach. And you're not
we'll send you an invite. What the fuck?
The amount of times we've seen shit with domestic violence and just all manner of shit like that. It's been going on for forever, but Ray Rice and Tyreek Hill, like those guys, they missed a couple games. Well, not Ray Rice. He basically,
Ben Roethlisberger.
Yeah, Ben Roethlisberger, that motherfucker.
Go on.
But they'll get a couple games suspension. Now, Ray Rice was the exception, but he was also kind of near the end of his career when you were running.
Yeah, but they completely covered up for him.
But he was on video too, though.
Ray Rice,
right.
He was on video.
Correct, but they covered up the video. They saw that shit. Yeah. They saw that shit. They didn't do anything. Then the video was leaked. Then they got caught, realizing that they didn't think the video was going to be leaked, Darren. And then the video was leaked, and people are like, "What the fuck are you doing with him?" Then in retro, they came back and be like, "Well, we're gonna get rid of Ray Rice, and now we're gonna blackball him." Bitches, y'all had the fucking. I'm sorry, Doug. Bitches, y'all had that tape, and y'all saw that tape, and y'all were like 4 games. What? Like, so
I think it was initially 2, wasn't it? Wasn't it 2 games at
it was
first?
something idiotic, and then they did 5, and then they eventually blackballed him, meaning they Colin Kaepernicked him is what they did, because then they didn't let him back in after. And I'm not saying whether, we can argue all day long whether they should have blackballed him or not. I'm just saying that's what happened. They gave him his 5-game suspension, and then he was done in the league because he was just so toxic at that point. No owners were going to sign him. Sorry, Doug, I jumped on you, but yeah, the Ray Rice thing was egregious in my opinion.
I mean, the whole Tyreek Hill story, just like him, he basically punched his pregnant girlfriend in the stomach.
The Tyreek Hill story is egregious.
Now, what I hear, a friend of mine, well, we have a friend in Kansas City. His wife is a nurse, and a lawyer. I don't want to mention his name, but he's one of our dads. And he tells us stories often of, that's Tyreek on a good day. He's a butthole in general.
Right.
So that's nothing new that a lot of people know within his around his circles or whatever. But yeah, I mean, sports are like to me, as I grow up, as what's the names once were. Please, people, don't take this the wrong way, but what you call those frontline emergency people, firemen, policemen,
frontline first
responders. They were heroes, and some of them still are. Mm-hmm. Don't nobody go be like, he's anti this. Don't do that. But you find out that heroes fall fast because they're only human. They're only human, and the only reason that they're heroes is because we let ourselves believe that they are. We don't look at them as what they need to be, people who have issues just like we do. But nevertheless, that's what sports has come to me. I mean, I was always basketball from morning. I may follow the Cavs still a little bit, and I really don't follow basketball into the playoffs. Same thing with baseball. But it used to be all year round for me. Football was the thing. I mean, this is Cleveland. I mean, yeah, we won a championship with the NBA, but if we won a Super Bowl, please, this is shut down for a month.
All hell will break loose too.
You know what I'm saying? So
all hell will break loose.
But it's still, when it was hard with the Kaepernick issue, it was really hard to back the NFL. I always still kind of tried to watch the Browns. I never went really truly away from it because I wanted to see the Browns. I mean, it's my home team. You know what I mean? I couldn't make that sacrifice. Did I watch all the other NFL games a few years after that? No. Playoffs, yes, type of thing. But I'm getting a little disenchanted with sports because they're not handling themselves well. Management, commissioners, the organizations as a whole, in the climate that we're in, they're not making good decisions, and it's sad. My boy is starting to play flag football. What if he becomes good at this? I want him to live his dream, but son, there's just like being just not raising a black boy in general. There's always a but to something. You know what I mean? But it's good now because you got the NILs and all this kind of stuff. Well, we didn't when we have growing up, but you can make money even before you go to the pros. So so it's just so much. But I'm really getting disheartened with organized professional sports because they just haven't done right. They just haven't done right. And Deshaun Watson is another case. I would probably be ripping another team more than I have my Browns if it wasn't my Browns, and I feel bad to myself some kind of way about that.
Yeah.
So I haven't been able to answer.
Yeah.
So
the floor is yours.
Let me come closer.
Yeah, and I'm with Darren. I went from he's gonna go somewhere else to oh shit, he's here. And it just took a lot of reflection of like how I am as a sports fan. And I'm like Darren, as I've gotten older, I've seen, in my opinion, what's important in life. And I mean, I don't think anybody who's watching knows this, but I literally punched out a window in my house when I was young because the Boston Bruins lost to the Montreal Canadiens in the fucking in hockey, and I was just so pissed I fucking punched the window. So I've come from that place where sports was everything, and now I'm like sports is whatever. As far as Deshaun goes, people were like, it was weird. It was a weird time. It's still a weird time, but people were like, man, you should stop being a Browns fan, and you should stop being, and all that. And I'm like, why is this Brown specific? Like, again, I'm not trying to dismiss anything this man's done, but if Deshaun Watson plays for wherever he plays, say he went to Miami because he was trying to go to Miami, and you are a Jacksonville Jaguar fan, and Jacksonville Jaguars are playing Miami, aren't you feeding into this by watching that game? So it's not really just the onus on Browns fans; it's the onus on all NFL fans. And I'm not trying to displace blame because it sounds like I am as a Browns fan. No, I'm just saying this is the league that we watch. They're all over the place. They're all on every team. So if I watch Deshaun Watson as a visitor to Cleveland Browns, or I watch him as the Cleveland Browns quarterback, aren't I feeding into the same bullshit? Not point number two. I don't really, as a Browns fan, all I really have to do is watch them. I don't have to go to their games. I don't have to spend any money on jerseys. I don't have to do any of that shit. And I'm actually, for the record, I'm glad we're talking about this, I'm choosing not to. There was a time, Darren, where we had that silly ass owner, and I fucking don't like him. He's a fucking, I call him Hillbilly Jimmy, because he's a fucking, I mean, go look. He almost got indicted, almost got thrown in jail for being a sleaze. He's a sleaze. I don't like Jimmy at all. Okay?
That's why his wife has controlling rule over the company.
Right, because she has more sense than his fucking dumb ass. And he's in my opinion, he's a MAGA dude. There's all kinds of mess with this dude. And if you saw the press conference, they had a press conference after we got Deshaun, and then they throw the fucking, and in my opinion, this owner is behind this Deshaun shit more than our coach and our GM. I'm not deflecting. I'm just telling you, this guy wants to win at all costs, and he doesn't care if he has to bring in someone who has 56 fucking accusations. He doesn't give a shit. He, in my opinion, Darren, he told his GM to go do whatever you could, and I will write the fucking check. Because again, how is our black GM going to roll up and be like, motherfucker, you got to write a check for $250 million? Because that's what he had to do. Why? Because it was fully guaranteed. So the owner had to write a check for literally $250 million for it to happen. So it was him. I'm not deflecting blame. I'm just telling y'all what happened. So Mr. Hillbilly Jimmy was the one who wanted this, forced it, in my personal opinion. I got some evidence, but not much. And he got it. He got what he wanted. He literally had to write a check for $250 million to the NFLPA in order to happen, because it's a guaranteed contract. So behind all of this mess is this fucking sleazy owner. He's sleaze. Okay? So as a Browns fan, I had already signed off on that sleaze. Okay? So this is more sleaze. So then where does the sleaze end? I'm not trying to justify any of it, Darren, but where does the sleaze end and where does it stop and all that? So like, that's why I'm like, everybody's coming at Browns fans. Y'all shouldn't be Browns fans, I was told on Twitter. Well, I shouldn't have been a Browns fan. If this is true, I shouldn't have been a Browns fan 10 years ago when this motherfucker bought the team, because he's sleaze. He is the owner of what is it, Flying Jack? Or no, what is it?
Flying J.
Flying J. Y'all, if y'all done any road trips, y'all have stopped at a Flying J or seen it on the road. Yes. It's a big rich stop. He was cheating people out of their rebates, and like you were supposed to get like if you get gas points or something, he was literally cheating people out of this. The only reason he got out of it is because he threw 6 or 7 people under the fucking bus who are in jail right now. Okay, so my point is that like y'all can go after Browns fans, or y'all can be like, oh, you're this or that for Deshaun. It's not about Deshaun. I'm sorry, it's bigger than him. It's broader than him. All these people are sleaze, and don't get me fucking started on I'm started on the NFL and how they have like 2 black coaches, but like what 70% of the people who play are fucking black, but they got 2 black coaches. Y'all can be better. Why? Because the NBA has fucking half of their fucking half of the fucking coaches in the NBA are black, and it's not great, and it's not completely acceptable, because what is it? Again, we're at 80% of the people who play basketball are black. So it should be 80% of the fucking people who coach should be black. But it's only like 50%. But that's still way far better than the NFL has ever done in their whole lives. So the whole thing is a bunch of sleaze. And if you watch the NFL, you're part of that sleaze and you play into it too. So fuck you, all you motherfuckers, for like trying to just hone in on the Browns fans and like hold us accountable. We don't run this fucking team. We just want a winner. We just want to watch a team that fucking wins. It doesn't happen in Cleveland. They fucking took our team and moved it to fucking Baltimore, and then those bitches go and win 2 Super Bowls, and then fucking like, well, what are we supposed to fucking do? Okay, so then you bring in Deshaun Jackson because he's one of the best fucking players, and then y'all got a problem with that. Yes, you have a problem. He's 23 people that he probably fucked around and was an asshole to, and fucking ruined how many people's lives. And I got all that, but at the same time, it ain't my fault. It ain't Darren's fault if we want to go forward, because we've been Browns fans for fucking 20, fucking 30, 18,000 years.
Well, that's like asking a Raider fan. Are you not going to be a Raider fan now? Because
you're not going to be a Raider fan? Right.
Coach Gruden.
So I'm really more pushing back on the people who, like, again, I have no control over this. And I've been part of sleazy Jimmy's team forever. So it's almost like a why not at this point. Like, I'm not justifying anything that Deshaun Johnson did, because I believe he did a lot of that shit. And I believe all those women, if not fucking, I believe them all, okay? But at the same time, there's really nothing I can do about it besides just saying, fuck it, I'm not going to watch football. Because it's not just about the Browns, motherfuckers. Because if he goes to fucking the Jets, he's still the same asshole. And I'm going to have to watch the stupid-ass Jets at some point if I'm a football fan.
Jets did good in the draft, though. They did pretty good.
They did good in the draft.
Well, we'll see about all that. But anyway, because it's the Jets, they have this nice appearance that, the shit's going well, and then they play, and then they fucking crash into the ground. Like, sorry, I'm not trying to
but you're
make
right.
Make a bad plane.
It's difficult.
It's difficult. It ain't simple.
The joy we get, I used to get in watching football, is no longer there. I do get happy. You know, I mean, we're Browns fans, so we get happy for a few games and then whatever. But it's harder now to watch because we know what's behind all of it. You know what I'm saying? The veil has been lifted. You know, Kaepernick thing still kind of hovers over all of that. So it's just like, it's still hard. It's still hard.
Right. Are you as outraged about the whole Colin Kaepernick thing? And the Raiders are like, oh yeah, we're gonna bring him in. Well, that's great. Did you sign him? No, just shut the fuck up. Pete Carroll's like, oh, I would really like to sign Colin Kaepernick, but how about you do it, Pete Carroll? Shut the fuck up. How about you do it? You bitch. Pete Carroll. Oh my God, you guys got me started, Doug.
He could be. I mean, come on. If we talk, I mean, he's been out. He's been out of the league for what, 5-6 years?
He's
now?
still better than half the shit that plays. He's still better than half the backups. Come on, this is all.
He could be. Should he be starting everywhere? Probably not. But can he get a job? I mean, can he get a roster spot? I'm sure he could.
Right. I'm just right. So the whole NFL is a fucking shit show, and you, whoever you are,
you
watch, you play into it too.
But you got to
don't just blame us Browns fans about
it. Understand this, Greg and Doug and everybody who's watching on Facebook. And please don't at me. Well, you can at me. I have some.
At me. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna block your ass.
This is the whole. This is the whole picture of what's going on now. People are. You should have heard the. It's 800 degrees, Greg. You should have heard.
Don't do your wings at that, John. Don't do it.
No, they're gonna come out too dark. Just a little bit.
Right. And we love dark here. Don't get us wrong.
Excuse me. When we changed from the Indians to the Guardians, it was like you stole my baby's mama's drink or something. I mean, how could you do that? It's the Indians. What's wrong with the Indians? I mean, even in this day and age, are you that inept that you don't understand why that is offensive. I stopped wearing, personally, about at least 12 years ago. I always had my C, but I didn't wear Chief Wahoo anymore. I never wore Chief Wahoo. Because that's no different for having a Sambo on somebody's shirt. So the bottom line is this: a lot of this stuff is getting taken away from people, or they're getting that wolves, the sheets pulled from their eyes, and we see now. Now you're vulnerable, and now you want to fight back and say, "Oh, it's no good. No, you can't do this to me." No offense, Jug. Of course, I know you won't take it because you're not one of these guys. But it kills me when I hear people say that, "Oh, the endangered species now is the white man, the white male. We're getting attacked on every level." Really? Oh, okay.
No.
Okay. So that's where a lot of this comes from. People feel like they're attacked because things are being exposed of what was so prevalent and so they were able to do that for so long. You know what I'm saying? And they can't do that stuff no more. So people are getting a little bit upset.
What's the line I say before, Greg? The folks who have been in charge, the moment they have to be confronted with it, that feels like oppression to them.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not oppression.
Yes.
You're actually being held accountable.
So I got the unknowns Black Pitmasters, right? Burnt tight. I like that one. Burnt tight is. That's good. Thank you.
Daniel,
Daniel,
you might have something, bro.
That'll be our new football podcast.
There we go.
On our network, we're going to have burnt tight ends on.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Right, right.
You need to try to get 20% of any advertiser doing that part too. They take that.
Right, and I'm gonna have to give Darren. I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to give Daniel a cut because he came up with that shit. What are you gonna say, Darren?
We have, I got the unknown Black Pitmasters, right?
Say it again.
The unknowns Black Pitmasters.
Tell everybody about it because I know about it, but tell everybody.
It's a group that I started to highlight, to keep the history of barbecue, which was Black folks, and to keep that in front of people's faces, so they won't think all these people that are out there now invented barbecue and they forefathers invented it and created it because they didn't. But also highlight people of today. No. Burnt thigh ends. I like tight ends better. Burnt tight ends is better.
They're both pretty fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Go on. I'm sorry, Darren.
So it's we started as a private Facebook group, but then I put it on Instagram, and we do now a series of discussions. Like each week, I've been able to talk to barbecue enthusiasts, pitmasters. I mean, even some big names I never thought I would actually get a chance to talk to. And it's pretty cool. And I'm of the opinion everybody can come into the cookout. First of all, I am of the opinion that barbecue can heal the world. Come on, eat some barbecue.
Love it.
When you're in our bubble of barbecue, gender, race, which is just another social construct, and there's no such thing. Political, religion, all that is really out the window. What you're fighting about now is, did I cook my brisket at 250 or 275, or did I cook my wings at 400?
Right.
225.
And what are the sides? Where are my fucking sides?
Yes, sir. That is the argument. But as soon as you get out that bubble, that's where I think we separate. So for me, I think it's the great. I think it's the great bringing together. It can bridge the great divide. But for me, you have to know with anything, if you, and this is another part, because you have to know the history of how things are. But in our country right now, they're erasing a lot of history, and I just refuse to. I can only do my part in the world, and for my part is to try to keep in front of people the history of barbecue and what Black people are doing now in barbecue. I mean, I've got a chance to talk to Food Network's Master of Q, the second season, Erica Blair, Adrian Miller, who wrote the book Black Smoke. I got a chance to talk to him. Kevin Bledsoe, OG Pitmaster out of Los Angeles. Roger Mooking, I got a chance to speak with him. Man Fired Food, if you watch the Cooking Network.
Oh, I love that. Rashid
Phillips, he was the second place winner, should have been on the first season of American Barbecue Showdown. So many others. Preserve the Pit winners and grant recipients. And if you all don't know what that is, Kingsford, for the second year in a row, they did this thing called Preserve the Pit, where they pick 3 fellows. It was 6 this year, to get mentored by famous Black pit masters, and also they gave out grants to some others too to help them with their business. But it's an effort to keep barbecue and, thank you, Jonathan, and the history of barbecue alive within the Black community. So shout out to Kingsford, good for doing that. But a lot of the pushback I get is, why does it have to be Black barbecue? Why does this? I said, well, for me, first of all, do you know who created our style of barbecue in America? Do you really think it was your ancestor who didn't go and work no fields? I mean, if you really believe that, let me know, and then I can really sit you down and talk to you. But if you got a question about that, then I'm still going to sit down and talk with you, and we're going to have a little history lesson, and this is not CRT. This is not a college class course. This is just basic history, so we're not even going to CRT. But anyway, so I get a lot of that pushback. Why does it have to be this? Why does it have to be like, why you have to be a Black business? Because I'm Black and I got a business.
Right.
Why? Can it just be a business? If it could just be a business, we wouldn't have had this problem in the first place.
Facts.
We would just be good if it was just a business, but you wouldn't want it to be a business. I can't get a business loan like you can get a business loan, even though I'm 200 points more than you are. You see what I'm saying? I can't get a room for a house because my interest rates is 3 points higher than yours. My credit rating is better than yours. So yeah, we want to be proud because we got a Black-owned business. Yeah, I want to support Black-owned businesses. Why? Because you wouldn't let us have them in the beginning.
Right, and we worked harder to get what we got.
There we are.
Yep.
Not that you didn't work hard. Not that white people don't work hard. They want to turn that into that. Well, we worked hard too. Yeah, motherfucker, but it wasn't as hard because you couldn't get the fucking loans, and we couldn't get the money that y'all motherfuckers stole from us from fucking Tulsa. The Black Wall Street again, and that Black Wall Street is just one instance of white people stealing money from Black people. Let me get into farmers. I'm sorry, Darren, you fucking lit me up here. Let me get into farmers. Let me get into all this shit where white people fucking literally stole like a fucking thief in the night. Fuck you. We have to work harder for our shit. And that's why we're fucking underappreciated. And that's why we feel underappreciated when we get shit like fucking Darren did with his hard work. No one is ever saying that white people are fucking don't work hard. No one ever said that. Y'all motherfuckers said that. And y'all motherfuckers keep saying it. So I almost have to take it as face value. You don't work as hard. Maybe you don't, because you could steal fucking half of it, and all of it is from us. Sorry, Darren.
I tell people all the time.
You got me lit up tonight, Darren.
A little bit. One of my friends.
I blame Giant Jones though, dog, more than anything. Sorry, Darren. I will mute my mic like they say on fucking Twitter Spaces, and I'll let you finish because I'm being a Kanye. And that's not good. I'll shut up.
We have on another podcast that one of my high school friends, we grew up the same. And when I was trying to explain to him privilege, I hate when they say they don't see color. You're a fool if you don't see color. That's the stupidest thing in the world. I don't see color. Okay, anyway, can you give me two middle fingers? I can't do that. Give me 2 middle fingers for me, will you? Thank you. There you go. So privilege, people get mad. I only said 2. No. People get mad. Well, white people, when it's like, well, yeah, we work hard. I don't have no privilege. White people came over here and worked. Well, come on,
I said early on, like, Sean Paul's temperature is now playing because Greg is going off, and that was in the earlier go up. And now I've just been using that as a running gag because holy fuck, Greg, this is great. I love it. I love it. No, I love it.
I apologize.
It's fine. We lit the fuse. But for all you white people out there that may wonder and get mad when Black folks say, y'all have privilege. Let me just give you an example. It's not that you work hard. Don't work hard. We all work hard. But I can go in with a 750 score, and so can you. You can live in the suburb, and I can live in the outer ring of Cleveland. And because of that, my interest rate is still going to be about 5 points higher, and I'm probably going to get about $100,000 less on the loan than you.
Mm-hmm.
That is built in. See, what people don't understand is systematic racism and racism. Just because we had one man who had some hue in him in the president's office, just because LeBron James just became a billionaire, just because all that happens, that doesn't mean anything. We have a fabric, dude. This is fabric, and in it is just built with racism. You can't just take one piece out and it's gone. It's there. It's what we were built on. We were built on, that's where race comes in, black and white. Black and white was only a construct made back in the 1600s because they had to separate us from the other indentured servants, and they had to make us as black folks less than or not thereof so they can use it as they weren't being human beings. We're not enslaving human beings, we're enslaving animals. That's a black race. We're a white race. That's, it's not even a real thing. We're all humans. I mean, come on, think about it, really. Mm-hmm. But because we have smaller brains and we can't do anything, all that has grown up, and each generation continues to teach another generation. So it doesn't go away. Then you have now political pundits who do the same thing. And it's just dividing us. And if we find out, I know we're supposed to be talking about barbecue, but if we just find out that we're more in the middle than we are on each side, we look at the people who's causing all the troubles. I mean, and those are people that really have the money. But with barbecue, let's go back to barbecue. That's kind of how this started. Sorry, y'all. We go back to barbecue. We can
go broad, but if you want to go barbecue, I'm good with that too.
When we go back to barbecue, that our style of cooking, that barbecue, it is probably the original nation's cuisine. All the other cuisine came from the immigrants because we weren't immigrants. We were brought over here. You got a third drink? Okay. I'll finish.
I think Greg needed one.
You have all your immigrants with their specific types of meals. But one that was brought here that used difference from the west coast of Africa, that brought over here cooking in the ground over the fire, that was us. Mm-hmm. That was us. We cooked the meal for the slaves owners. We cooked the meals for our food. They gave us the scraps. Brisket was a scrap. You want to know why we got soul food today? It's because they gave us the scraps. And that's why it's high in cholesterol. That's why it was this and that. Barbecue is built off of, yes, it is. And it's profiting off of that right now because it is not barbecue. That's why we do what we do with the Unknown Black Pig Masters. I want to make sure that people see that this is not just, we're not cooks. We're not just barbecue cooks. We're just as well versed as a Myron, as a Tuffy, as all the other people that they put out there. Can you believe that? What's the name is in the freaking Barbecue Hall of Fame? Guy Fieri. Really?
What?
Henry Perry's not even in the Barbecue Hall of Fame yet. But Guy Fieri is in the Barbecue Hall of Fame. Henry Ford is in the Barbecue Hall of Fame. And the dude that made Traeger's is in the Barbecue Hall of Fame. But you have a plethora of black folks that have come up through the ranks that should be in that particular Barbecue Hall of Fame. That is not. But you know what happens? We have our own Hall of Fame. We have the Black Barbecue Hall of Fame. The initial inductees were inducted this year. Dr. Hanya Connor's Roots Barbecue Academy. So, people got tired of nominating people that had due diligence that should be in there and weren't. So,
and no hate on Guy Fieri. He might deserve to be there. But the fact that he okay. And I'm not gonna Darren, hold on there. I will take your fucking word on that. I'm not gonna argue with you at all. I'm just saying he may even deserve to be there. But the fact that he just ran up on the scene and it's already there, besides the people who came, it's just ridiculous. It's not even about Guy Fieri on some level, is what I'm trying to relate. You know what I mean?
I see what you're saying. And even still, because the Barbecue Hall of Fame from the American Royal Barbecue Hall of Fame is probably 6 or 7, 8, maybe 8 years old. So even in that time, there's so many people that they should have put in the past that can be here, black and white, before, what the reason Henry Ford is in there because his brother was Kingsford. And that's how he helped make the brisket.
Kingsford charcoal.
Yes. So, I mean, that's, okay, but to me,
and Kingsford is a kind of institution for that stuff.
Greg, don't hate on my homie.
Yeah, listen.
I'm not
Hey,
right.
hey,
I'm
I
completely
will
not.
say-
I'm just saying, right? He just showed up on the scene three fucking days ago. Comparatively, really though, how long has Guy Fieri been on our radar? 5 years, 6 years? It hasn't been that long. Maybe even 10. Doesn't matter. He
It's
doesn't
not
have
enough.
that history. He doesn't have that depth. Like
It's not
he's
enough
rolling
time.
around the fucking every diner, Darius, and fucking dash, and he can whatever the fuck. What are you? Sorry.
Somebody-
I need to mute my mic and just shut up. Hold on.
Somebody like Rodney Scott should have been in before him.
Mhm.
Henry Perry should have been in before him. Ed Williams should have been in when it first opened. You see what I'm saying? Those are people that when you're looking at why aren't these people looked at? But here again, when you commercialize things, what is it? Darren said, no, he does. As quickly as Yes, sir.
So would you do
But
it?
Absolutely.
You said it
No,
much
he
better
doesn't.
though, Darren, because you didn't say like absolutely.
man, y'all, this is my favorite show. I love it. So you just got to be, you know what? You just got to be fair, and that's, and I don't understand. Nobody's trying to take over anything. Just give us our piece of the pie. Let us alone. Let's be fair about everything. If we got the same numbers, we got the same numbers. Let's get the same treatment. That's all I'm saying. Be human to one another. That's all I'm saying. You know, the dude, I can't think of what congressman it was. It was the stupidest comment I ever heard in my life.
Republican.
Yes, he was. But he said
That wasn't hard. Go on.
about the gentleman who just shot up the kids, right? He's like, well, we don't need to part fingers and what it's wrong with this.
Oh, my
But
God,
we don't never know what the kids are listening to and their mental state, and this rap music that is so violent. Wait, you said you don't want to point fingers, but you just point the finger at rap music. Who's rap music? Black folks. And why would you say? Do you see a lot of black people going in shooting up schools?
Right. No.
Answer me that. Does anybody see a whole bunch of black folks going and shooting up schools?
No.
Oh,
And
okay. Do you
look,
go?
if anybody and I'm not saying we should, but if anybody has a reason to,
Yes.
go on.
So it's that type of divisiveness that comes out that continues to bridge that. I mean, it doesn't bridge the gap. It just makes it wider. Why would you even say that, dude? But that's that systematic stuff that has been inbred for a very long time. That some people are very aware of it, and honestly, some people aren't. But if you
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Go on. Sorry.
if you aren't aware, this is what I tell other people all the time. If you aren't aware, ask somebody. Be open to change. And if you are open to the change, then you're going to have to change who you're around. Because probably if a white person comes to me and we have a conversation and they see what I got to say, and they're like, oh, wow, I never knew. Now you're going to have a fight when you go back home with your family, more than likely. And it's unfortunate, but more than likely they will. I mean, I was at work the other day, and somebody came up to me. It was like, dude, I went to my first black wedding this weekend. And he was like, and I saw the groom, and he started spitting some rap song that I told him I knew. I lied. I'm sorry, I didn't know. And I was like, oh, cool. So I'm walking out. I'm like, why did he just tell me that? I mean, the wedding is a wedding. Here again, this thought process, and to him, I think it's just total ignorance on his part. I'll be honest. I think it's just total ignorance on his part. But some people know and aren't ignorant on that part. He doesn't know better. But that is the kind of stuff that we have to deal with all the time. And then if you question it or you crack back at him, oh, now we are the bad guys because we made you feel a little bit uncomfortable.
Mm.
You know? I don't know what to tell you. I mean,
Right. You know what's uncomfortable?
I've been nice a lot in my life, but when it comes to me and the people that look like me, I'm good to anybody that comes up. I mean, you all see me interact. You all know the groups that I hang around. I mean, we're in a group that's very eclectic. And as long as you're not an ass, I don't have a problem with you. I don't care what your religious affiliation is, what you believe, what your political affiliation is. As long as you're not an ass, I don't really care because we are human. We are brothers doing one to another. And you know, if I'm wrong, call me on the carpet. If you're wrong, you should expect me to do you the same. But when you take that threshold and just go by blindness, and it's just because, well, then we have a problem because you're not intelligent enough to just sit down and talk to me and have a great conversation. That just shows me how inept you are, and I just can't deal with inept people. So,
amen.
And with that, the Great Food Soul Cook-Off. Yes, Doug, I have seen that. There's
That was so good.
Yeah, there's a little there's a what can I say? It's a good show. It's a good show.
It's complicated though.
It is. It is.
So Mike Keenan tells a story that he met
Guy Fieri.
Yeah, and he always knew people disliked him. But again, I don't think any of this is about dislike for Guy Fieri. I think it's just more about his credentials as a smoker and a griller. And again, how he's like just new on the scene and he's a popular person. And then he just gets put in before any black people who have been, I was about to say slaving. That's not the word.
Who've been doing it since day one.
Right. Who have been doing it, you know, since day one. Yeah. And again, Doug, Giant Jones has kind of dealt. Giant Jones, I'm blaming Jessica fucking Jones for this shit. Me going off tonight. Because Doug, I went through all this. I went and grabbed, I don't know why, but I went and grabbed the fucking triple. So
you grabbed listen, Giant Jones, Darren, in case you didn't know, Giant Jones makes everything very high ABV.
Yeah, the giant part is ABV. They don't do anything under 7, Doug, is the threshold for them. So, and this triple here
is way more than 7.
9.6 this says here.
It's still not 14.4, but that's
it is fucking delicious. But I'm blaming Jessica Jones, and I went down there. Jessica Jones, Darren, I don't know if you know, she's a trans female. Yeah. And even in liberal Madison, she gets a lot of bullshit because of that. But what people don't understand, but what people don't understand is that she had multiple suicide attempts, and while she was a man, and that's just not her. And if you look at, I suggest all of y'all go to Giant Jones Facebook, please, and like them and follow them on Twitter, and you will see Jessica Jones as a woman. And I said this to my family a couple days ago. I know that she feels better in her skin than even I do as a person. Like you can see when people are just happy. You know what I'm saying, Darren? You know how people get on social media and like, look at me and look at my girlfriend and well, shit like this.
Absolutely.
And everybody's happy and all that shit. And like, no, Jessica Jones is really happy being a female because that's what for whatever reason, she wasn't born that way, and now she is. And fucking, she's just a phenomenal brewer. She's a wonderful person, and she's trans. But some people can't handle fucking that. And so I love the because I love Giant Jones for the reason for that. But of course, she beats almost every brewer in this town. Sorry, I said that shit, but it's the fucking truth. She's one of the best brewers, if not the best, in Madison, Wisconsin. Period. Sorry. Forward this to anybody. I know all of the brewers in this town. I know all of you. And Jessica is one of the best, if not the best. And if for some reason that doesn't cross your plane and you have a problem with that, maybe you need to adjust how you think and what you think. Because you're misled. Because, with all due respect, the bitch can brew. And she can brew better than you. So, She's fantastic. So with that being said, I'm having her triple. I'm blaming her for my rants because I really don't drink 3 to 4 Giant Jones bottles a fucking time. So
Did
Darren,
today.
I'm actually gonna blame you fucking Darren too. Because I am happy that you're a fucking guest. I am happy that you're my friend. Yes, Doug, I'm happy enough to call him the next time I'm in Cleveland, motherfucker, because I know you're thinking that shit. So it's all good. But so anyway, Darren, I don't know. Yeah, Jessica is amazing. Even went back and answered my question about organic malt. Look at that. JHG sent a friend request. She's fantastic, man. She's just a really good human. It sucks that I missed her.
That's the thing. Just be a
good human.
I don't look. My beliefs are of my beliefs are the Christian beliefs, but I ain't believing like some of these Christian believe, especially the evangelicals. I ain't got nothing for you if y'all evangelical. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Here's it for me.
Wow.
If you preach more politics than you preach the Bible, then I got an issue.
Oh.
I got an issue. But
Doug and I love that shit. I know we both love that shit.
That being said, because I really don't believe we serve the same God. Honestly, I don't. I really don't. Evangelical Christians, Black Christians in general, other Christians in general, I don't believe we serve the same God. I don't know who their Jesus is. I don't know who their Savior is. But I
never thought of it that way.
You cannot
preach, brother, preach.
You cannot politicize your congregation and call that on behalf of Jesus. There's things that we don't believe. God, yeah, he's sorry too. There are just some things that just don't belong. Now look, as Christians, we don't believe certain things, or we don't think certain things are right because of what the Bible says. This is very true. But I ain't gonna stop you from doing you, because that's you doing you. I have not a heaven and hell to put you into. I can let you know what my belief is, but even in that, I'm still gonna love you, because that's what I'm supposed to do. Whatever state you are, I'm supposed to love you. I ain't gotta like you, but love is a whole nother different thing. And if I'm loving you like I'm supposed to, then I've done my job. How you take that and how you go from that is on you. But you do you. That's between you and the God you serve and your creator. And if we say we had the same creator and we read the same book, well, then you know what I know. But that's on you. But I'm still going to love you. I'm still going to love you because that's what I'm supposed to do. You hate me, I love you. It doesn't make a difference. But when you spew political bullshit out of your pulpit, then we got a problem. We got a problem. I will question you then, because you are no longer going on the guise of the teachings of Christ. You're going under the guise of the teachings of the governmental structure which is in this country. And that is not the Bible. Even though you think you got it off the Bible, you didn't. Especially the one that you made for the slaves to try to make sure that they stayed and put down in the South, that the Bible Baptist people use, and some of them still have. So don't give me that bullshit either. So if you can't do that to me, I ain't got nothing for you.
So can I bring up we're like 2 hours and 20 minutes into this, but I'm gonna.
Oh, I gotta go to bed. Shoot, I gotta wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, well,
what?
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to work tomorrow. Tomorrow was an off day. Tomorrow was an off day for me, but we're short on people, so we're all getting forced like once a week. And since I'm on vacation next week, they forced me Saturday. So.
Oh, it's going to be a long day. Doug?
Well, no. The thing I'm going to launch into will take.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. So
I might not even go.
So my thing is like, so I'm speaking as an outside observer, but so I'm not a believer in God or Christ or anything like that, but I don't give a shit if you do. My thing is like, you do, and if it makes you happy and it doesn't harm anybody else, fucking great, go for it. But one of the things I've listened to is I also listen to folks talk about like how Black folks approach Jesus and God versus white people approaching Jesus and God. It's like really, really, really different. But one of the things that I've heard them is just hearing like how Black people approach LGBTQ folks, which can be a real challenge. So I don't know how. I know, Darren, I know you, and I know your heart and how you see things. But how do you talk about that particular element of it? I know that's a little deep and could get really hairy, but
How do I address them in my faith? Is that what you're asking?
yeah. So like I said, I'm speaking from outside, so I'm just telling you what I have heard is that sometimes that's a real challenge for LGBTQ folks who are in the Black community, who are involved in the church, who are gay or trans or queer. What queer encompasses a whole
So
bunch.
Here's the thing, and I'll say this: don't talk about gay people when you got a girlfriend, when you got the first lady and a mistress and another mistress, and then possibly the first dude. Don't point out somebody else's what we believe or what somebody would believe is sin to cover yours. You see what I'm saying? You can preach the gospel and its righteousness, and then people and teach, and then people can get there. They can get what they can get, and if they see fit that they believe that this is what they need to do, then fine. If they don't, then that's up to them. We lead the people. Ministers of the gospel. We lead the people to the water. Can't make you drink it. That's up to you. So yes, in the Black community, but it's also in the Black community, most of your choir directors, ministers, most of your choir directors, your musicians, a lot of them coming up were gay. Mm-hmm. Everybody knew it, but nobody would say it because they played good. It's not, it's not every Black church, but it is a stereotype. Mm-hmm. Just like they say we cook chicken dinners to do all fundraisers. Not necessarily true on all points, but there's some truth. But so the point is this: teach the word. Let the word, which is the word of the Lord in the Bible, if that's what we believe, teach that, and let that and the Lord work on your heart. Once nobody can do, but me telling you shouldn't do this or you shouldn't do that, or you shouldn't do that, ain't gonna do nothing. But if you get convicted within yourself because of what you believe God is doing in you, then that's a different story. But you just got to teach and preach the gospel, not your opinion, not what is politically relevant, not hateful spew because you can't have nothing. You can't have two girlfriends, so you want to do something else. Preach the gospel. You preach that, they will come. Men will get saved, and we're all good. People who don't believe could believe. But if you piggyback and attack folks, I don't want to hear that neither.
Yeah, that's the thing is like the attacking bit is what bothers me. And what bothers me too is when people do the country was founded on Christian ideals. It was in some very small aspect.
It was founded on the Christian ideas that you could enslave people and rape women and not think that they were, human beings. That's what it was about.
Slavery, genocide, homophobia is all that.
Compromise. Yes.
Yeah, white privilege. Is that all?
See, here's the thing, but that's
why. All?
This is what gets me. Let's just all learn the truth and deal with the truth. America, it's no reason why. Every time I open up my discussion with the unknowns, I always says, what was his favorite barbecue cut? I would probably want to say, well, they probably didn't eat no swine back in the day like that. So probably want to say probably some beef, probably good beef. Probably could have they probably cooked the whole cow back then, or goat. Probably could have cooked the goat. So that's what it was. Mm-hmm. So
strip steak.
Daniel, get off the show. Get off the show.
Right. That's not right.
Get off the show. So
that's not right. Oh, nailed it. Oh my God. Okay. Darren, I'm done with the comments. Oh, fuck. We're off the rails. We are off the rails. Darren, we finished, and I am done putting up comments because y'all are off y'all drinking Giant Jones tonight. I don't know what the fuck's going on with the comments. Darren, go, brother.
One of the things I always say is, in my spiel is that, this is the Unknown Black Pitmasters, where we, highlight, Black barbecue enthusiasts all over this great land. It is a great land. And one of the things I'm starting to find out why it's such a great land, at least for me, I'm not going to back down into being American because my forefathers built the country. Oh no, Rockefeller and all these people built it. Who and how do you think they got the money to build it? Off of free slave labor. And then the North wasn't, they were suspect as well, because you had all the people up north insuring the slaves, clothing the slaves, Brooks Brothers, Brown University, all them. The slave trade, even though it was not up north that way, they still financed off of it, which gave you Rockefellers, we gave all your billionaires to do the big steel and the industrial period. That gave them that particular money. Hell, slave labor with the outpouring for the cotton, it really, it's like we grew up too fast. We grew up too fast because no civilization grew as fast as we did, but we had the labor to do it. And even the nation's fashion, because of the cotton that we were able to produce, the exports of that also gave money and gave things to do to other countries within this region, in this world. So yeah, I am an American and I'm proud to be one. I'm not proud of what it does right now. But I'm going to damn make sure that you know why I'm proud, who I'm tied to, and why it is the way it is. You didn't do this by yourself. Your immigrant grandparents came over here and worked hard. Yeah, they were able to get something. Why do you think they were able to get something? Because we made a base here off of slave labor. No civilization that was great was built without slave labor. Now, people come and say, well, that was just the time. It's the hell it was. Not back in that particular time, and not chattel slavery, not the kind of slavery. There's a difference. There was indentured servants. There were people who were incarcerated, who did free work, but they were able to work their work out all over this great civilization, from the Egyptians on up to the Romans, to all those people. But when you come to the Atlantic slave trade, where you took their family, you raped their women, you took their name, you took their religion, you took their life. They were enslaved for you forever with no type of payment and repayment or anything. And do you know, God dog it, that we paid taxes as a country to the slave owners for reparations for what they lost. And we still ain't got reparations, or not even a thought of it. I'm not saying you got to give me a check, but give me an interest-free loan. Give me free college. Give my kid, no taxes for the next 20 years of his life. You know what I'm saying?
I knew that. I just forgot.
We paid
reparations to the fucking slave owners.
They got reparations.
They fucking lost.
So, don't tell me that we're I'm a patriot. Okay?
I don't even got time for this shit at this point. I don't even got time.
When you think of the word patriot, you don't even think of black folks.
No.
When you see the word patriot come up, how many black folks come to mind?
No. So
there you
go. We can keep going.
Love y'all
all night, but we need to let Darren go so he can go get some damn sleep. But we got some things we got to go through here real quick.
Real fast.
I just want, first of all, I want Darren to see this, because during this time, I sent a note to my family in our messenger chat, and I want Darren to see this. So, message delivered, because they sent me that. You see in that thing here.
What is our? Is this your family?
Yeah, this is my family thread. So this is the lady responding. So when is our case of sauce going to be delivered?
I promise you. I tell it. Look,
she won a case.
I promise you and your family this. When I get back, because when I get back, I have to make some more, because we're doing our first festival on the 11th. We're going to do our first festival. It's a Juneteenth / Father's Day.
Nice.
Juneteenth / Father's Day celebration. So I think I'm the only food truck out there. So hopefully we'll do good.
Yes, beautiful.
So, and I have to make up some for that. So I will definitely make a new batch, and I hit you up in your DMs, and I'll let you know. And I put in a couple of rubs. Thank you. Let your wife tell her later.
Look, man, they're relentless here. I'm just letting you know. Like it doesn't end. It just never
remember, you get to tell tell your family that they got to step out of line so Matt Pressbury can get some too.
Yeah, but I already warned Pressbury.
They can't do the whole thing.
8 hours, and then that's it. He's done. I love Matt Pressbury as much as anybody else, but you get 8 hours, Matt, and that's it.
Now, my friend Adam, he sent me a DM. I'm gonna tell you the guy that's doing my Zach, didn't Callie agree upon reparations?
Yes,
reparations.
Yes, it did. I don't know if you know that, Darren. They did though.
I think I heard something like that. Do you know this fool? Wait a minute. Okay, this is two. Okay, two stupid things I heard today from Ohio. One, they want to arm teachers, and it's actually going to the government.
That's the dumbest fucking shit.
Which is the dumbest in the world. Two, one of the Senate, JD, whatever his name is, a big Trumpster.
JD Vance, he's going up against Tim Scott.
Yeah, he wants
Ryan. I'm sorry.
He wants to outlaw porn because of his Christian values.
Yeah, well, that motherfucker grew up in Appalachia and wrote the shittiest book of shit. He wrote the shittiest book about Appalachia ever. Hillbilly Evil Eve, which was his book, is like the worst fucking book you've ever read about Appalachia.
So just to get this out the way, I mean, the guy who's doing my the smoker, he really appreciates this conversation, but he actually won a gold medal in the National Homebrew Cup in 2017, and he was the only Latino to win.
Nice.
So he's loving the show, man. So
yes, follow us, buddy, and actually hit me in the DMs. Let's have him on. Let's talk it. Let's go.
Yeah, Adam. I don't know. You probably sleep by now, but I'll send a message to
Adam. Let's go.
Yeah. So he's.
Otherwise, we have to book Zach soon again, and I don't know if we want to do that shit.
I don't know. I don't know if our stream can handle another 4-hour fucking goddamn live stream. Jesus.
Right. Well, look. If you need to make wings for you, they ship well because there's no moisture in them.
Go back. You can jerk ships easy.
Look at Zach being all witty over there in fucking California.
I keep thinking if
I just throw him in at 450 for 8 hours, and there's
right.
Look, Zach, I was in DC in 2016. I was in New Orleans, and then I was back in DC. Was it? Yeah, and I was back in DC. The last one in 19. No, in 20.
Okay, so the 2 DCs and then New Orleans.
New Orleans. Were you any of those, Zach?
Yeah, I was at all 3. Yeah, I missed San Antonio where Doug was.
I missed San Antonio.
Doug and Jill. I missed that one with Jill. Jill made one of them, and that was it, right, Doug?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was the one that she was doing the panel with me where we're talking about LGBTQ kids and all that stuff. So, yeah.
That sucks, but I got to hang out with Jill for the last one.
No, she wasn't there. She came to our house.
No, but I hung out right. But I got to hang out with her during the last one. You're right. DC 16.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Maybe DC in 16. Because I think that was the most attended one I was at. One in no, New Orleans was good, but DC was I think it was bigger. The first 16 and then 16, I think it was a lot bigger.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So it's time we wrap this up.
Yeah,
Darren's out.
Zach met all of us in DC.
Cool.
He did not meet me. I have never met him in person.
What?
Never.
Is this true?
No, the DC that I went to was not
the last one.
Was the very last one. I didn't go to the one before that. So I've never met Zach in person.
Was literally the last Dad 2.0 and probably is the last Dad 2.0. You heard me say it, y'all.
Yep.
You heard me say it. What do I know? Nothing. Don't take too much into it. But Doug, next week, Doug. You you don't know this.
No, I don't.
I literally booked someone while we were on with Darren, and I know you're gonna love it. So here you go, Doug. It's at the bottom. Doug is finding out with all of y'all.
I'm waiting with bated breath. Let's go.
Mac from Mac Brewing. Okay, I don't know who that is.
Mac Brewing. Yes.
I'm excited
Mac-
too. You know, I don't know.
No,
Mac Brewing is you go, Doug.
Yeah, Mac. God, his first name's escaping me, but he is a black brewer from Philadelphia who is trying to build his brewing space and everything. And man, his beers are fucking on point.
It's Dave, right? Dave Mac.
I think Dave, but like, my God, that's going to be great. I'm glad you booked him because I was like, we've had some gaps with some of the things, and we had one person who unfortunately had to reschedule. So yeah, we got some openings coming up, but July is like full, which is really weird. We have June's open, but July is full.
Mac Brewing, yes, he's a black brewer from Philly. Darren, but you can relate to him. Why? Because Mac doesn't have a brick and mortar. Mac is not struggling. I don't want to say struggling. Mac is working on getting the financing, but he's having problems. Sound familiar?
Yeah.
Getting the financing for him to get his own brick and mortar. He is from West Philly, where I'm from. His sister is Latifah McMullen, who we had on the show here. She's a real estate agent from West Philly. I fucking love them both. Like, they're my family. But Mac is, he has great. Mac is, I'm pretty sure, the only brewer that Doug literally has rolled his fucking eyes when he had on the show. It was easily one of the best beers that Doug has ever had in his life. I'm pretty sure. Just by my reaction. Just by the reaction that I saw, it was just, Doug was like, speak to it, Doug.
Yeah, that was one of the best beers I've ever had in the show. And I've had a lot of beer on the show. We've been doing the show for going on 3 years, maybe
3 years, 3 beers every week. We missed 3 weeks in 3 years or some bullshit. Yeah. We missed a month in 3 years. We missed probably 4 or 5 shows.
Yeah, and that's what I've done shows from vacation houses,
right? And that's what both of us having heart attacks and all kinds of shit going on.
And so we both had heart attacks. And we both basically missed 2 weeks. It's like,
right?
We're idiots, but we love doing this because we love just fucking bullshitting with people.
Why don't? I mean, he's having some issues. Look, reach out. I mean, see if he's up to crowdfunding. I can maybe talk to people that we.
Oh,
is he trying to now?
He's crowdfunding.
Okay.
He's doing what he can, but again, it takes
time.
Last time we talked, it was he said like 250 grand. And I'm sure he's struggling finding financing even because again,
you gotta find.
Yeah, and it's not like the man has bad credit or anything. You know how this goes, Darren. I don't have to tell you. We went on a rant about this.
my own local bank turned me down. Remember?
I remember this shit. Hold on, let me put it up.
that right there is wait a minute. Oh crap. Anyway, it said you were unable to, what does it say? We're unable to approve your request.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I gave them your 2 middle fingers and I still got the money. But
right. Double middle fingers. And it was Mac is back. Yes.
And that's the thing about it. You say you get these loans to help people like us, but then you still go on, our biggest thing is we didn't have assets. We had to finance, we had the credit scores. We didn't have assets.
Why don't you have assets?
Well,
because you're black.
Thank you. not that all black people have assets, but you think about it, it's harder for us to get assets as it goes around. So that was one of the things that you weren't supposed to, if you didn't have a lot of assets, if you didn't have all this kind of stuff, but they still, well, you didn't have it. So, and then what was it again? Me and my wife, early in our marriage, like the second or third year of our marriage, we I was terrible with money. I was an idiot, okay? All the way around. I've gotten better over my life. But we had to, it was so bad that we had to go to bankruptcy, right? That was like we've been married 23 years. That was over 20 years ago. Now, they said since we had that bankruptcy and our credit picture profile wasn't perfect from the bankruptcy till now. That was another reason. So my question then was, why would you give money to somebody that has a 580 credit score? That means their credit is bad now.
Mm-hmm.
That was their minimum for this loan.
And the other thing is, like with bankruptcy, that shit's only supposed to be on your record for 7 years. And then that's supposed to be basically you're like absolved of it because you took a 7-year thing where you just took a hit.
It's off my credit report, but they can always people can always go back. I mean, they go back.
Yeah, but that's the thing. But the point of bankruptcy is like you were in dire straits. You were making a call and saying, I need help. And
from there, I mean, and then from between there, we lost jobs. You know what I'm saying? We were laid off. We lost jobs. So things did get behind. We had medical issues. So things did get behind, and we're getting those things up. And now both of us are over 700. But you're going to tell me I can't get a loan for that now? And this is specifically supposed to be for somebody like me without no assets. So bullshit to that. You know what I'm saying? To all of that. So anyway, come on, let's go.
We're going to go on for another 5 hours if we keep going.
Right. So, Darren, one last question because I think you wanted to talk about it. Did you want to talk about? You said something about a nonprofit.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Or do you need to come back and tell us about it at another time? It's up to you.
Let's table it and come back because I need a reason. Well, not that I really don't need it. I should not have to have a reason to come to the show, but that will be my reason to have me on the show in another few months or something like that.
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yes,
please.
So
yes, please.
I would love to be that recurring every third and fourth month guy.
That's what we're trying to work on here, right? I mean, look, even Daniel wants you to come back and with some fruit people and do some summer entertaining and.
If you want, I get out the tablet. I'll go outside and we can do this over some barbecue. I cook for you. You know what I'm saying? We have a cooking class while we doing it.
That'd be great.
Right. Let's go. Let's not. Why we gotta stop? Let's just do Greg's wings at 450.
So we can say this is what it looks like.
Those will be done in 5 minutes, Greg. 450.
Right.
Whoosh.
Right.
You got that nice dark inside and that really big. Oh, let me tell you something about pink.
Zach's just a jealous bitch. It's fine though because he wants those wings. He knows he does. That's why he's bringing it up. He can't forget it. Zach, you can't forget about him.
Somebody
go on there.
I don't like chicken. It's pink in the middle. That's not pink. That's smart.
Can Zach forget about my 450 wings?
For a hall pass, would you do it?
Absolutely.
Anyway, go on, Darren.
I don't know what I was saying.
Absolutely, Darren. No. Well, Daniel said we wants to bring you back as entertaining panel, and we can talk about we can talk about entertaining and making the food for everybody and all that shit.
Sure.
And that's where we were. And then I asked you about the nonprofit. You said shelve that shit.
Yes.
So anything else, Darren? Because we're gonna let you go because you got to wake up in 2 hours to work. But at least you got fucking vacation next week. You can sleep in a little bit.
Or 12-hour shift. Yeah. What's going on? I'm building up. Still building up. You were that white woman 100%. You speak your truth, Zach. Speak your truth. Nobody mad at you.
Do it.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you, she would have been embarrassed on whatever show that was. Whatever, she would have been doggone embarrassed.
Absolutely. Go on.
I don't know. Building up building up, Carter's Barbecue, trying to get that done. And the unknowns trying to really, really hit that strand and get that out there more. I will be starting a podcast with that at some point. So you can look for that. But I'm not as good as you guys, of course. But we'll see how that goes. And then just trying now. I'm really trying to do something big. You all know about my backpack drive every year, right? Y'all know about that. Mm-hmm. I am really trying to do something next summer for that, my birthday wish, that I think will really blow y'all out the water. But I gotta get okays first, so I'll keep y'all abreast on that and let y'all know. But if I get that chance to pull that off, it's gonna be really epic. It's gonna help a lot of kids.
So Darren, what we need from you is this. Ready?
Yes.
You need to tell us when you have news, and you need to say, "Hey, I want to come back on to talk." Right? Like I'm all up in your shit about the sauce. You need to be all up in my shit about at least letting us know about when shit's gonna happen, and we will make sure that you are scheduled. Period. That end. No question. It's a privilege that you have here, Darren. How about that? So
like some kind of privilege is good.
Right. So when there's news that we need to talk about, whether the nonprofit's rolling out or whether you got a drive going on, you need to tell us so we know, because sometimes Doug and I, like I said, we've done this for 3 years. So it's hard to sometimes figure out
what's
all the latest shit that's going on with everybody who's, we got fucking Sorrel. We got Jackie from Sorrel, who gets awards every fucking week. We got Mallory O'Mara, who gets awards every week. We got Chuck Dwendeg. We got all these people who we've had on that have graced our presence that Doug and I are like trying to like, damn, we got to get them back on. We got to like, so like, it's easy for us when you say, hey man, I got this and I need to like, I want to get it out there. Great. We'll be like, fuck it. I got next week. Cause I didn't book Mac Brewing and I didn't book him literally till tonight. We were on the stream when he confirmed. So I did ask him before, but when he confirmed on the stream, and I was writing back to him and we were talking back and forth. So my point is that like sometimes we have openings like next week, sometimes we have openings months. So we just need to know we can fit you in. We need to fit you in. So yeah, you have that privilege here. We love you to death. And we just need to sometimes we just need that extra push, like, oh shit, something's going on with Darren. Because like I said, Doug and I Doug is old and I'm getting old.
Hey, motherfucker.
Doug is old, motherfucker. And I'm getting old.
I am old too, Doug. Don't worry.
But Darren, that's the difference. He's old and I'm getting old. So we're not I'm not on Doug's level yet, or he's not on my level. So we'll figure
I appreciate y'all. Y'all, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I mean, this is, this show is just.
Yeah, I got. Yeah. Charlie, have you noticed that?
Yeah, so did somebody right there. Yeah. Got a little bit.
Is that empty, dog?
Oh yeah, I drank that whole thing.
That's ageism. Yeah.
Basically.
Thank you for pointing it out. Right. So, Darren, any last words? And we'll let you roll, buddy.
I love y'all guys. I do. I appreciate what y'all done. I appreciate what y'all do here. I mean, even though I'm not a beer drinker, I still learn a lot when I get a chance to get into the show. Sometimes at work, I get a chance to turn y'all on and bust in. And, I say hi and leave a little bit or whatever like that.
But, I love that.
Y'all do,
love it.
You're wonderful. And keep it going. Your guests are wonderful. I still follow a lot of them, that you had, and you open up a new experience for me. So anything that does that for me, I'm cool. Plus, y'all cool too. Shit, we good. We good, man.
So, with all the ageism and the foodism too. Don't get me started on Doug's bad food fucking decisions that he makes in his life. Like he can blame it on his heart all he wants, but that shit was going on before the heart thing. So whatever. The hating avocados and all the other bullshit that Doug,
I don't like avocados.
All the other bullshit that Doug lives his life by.
Darren, team, fuck avocados.
I don't like
awesome.
Darren, don't let me drop you real quick. We were having a good moment. We were sharing love, and now you want to like side with fucking stupid Doug about his bullshit. Right. And Jack makes a really astute comment. The comments on the show suck. Correct. Oh, are you?
What's great is that he said it sucks and we had 216 comments in that one. So yeah.
Straight out of
Cleveland.
Yes. Go Browns, even though we're conflicted. We're still conflicted, but
we're conflicted, but
that's a dog pound, baby.
Yes. The fun, the love, the seriousness.
Much love, Jonathan.
This is why it's come. Much love to you, Jonathan, too. Much love to Darren. Much love to everybody. Darren, love you. If you want to stick around in here, Doug and I babble during the post-op. You can. But Doug, don't leave because Doug, I got shit I got to tell you because I ripped you about the hot tub. So I got
That's
something I
okay.
got to tell you.
That's okay. Oh, are you going to tell me hot tub? But anyway, I have stuff to tell you too. So, Darren, listen, if you need to get off and get the fuck to bed, totally understand.
You go right ahead. If not, we're all going to be here. This ain't going to take long because, goddamn it, I can't figure out what the hell's going on. So, Darren, we love you. We will see you soon, maybe before summer. Maybe we can hook it up like that. Daniel says we can get a panel or something. Either way, we're going to talk to you soon.
Yes,
You need to keep kicking ass, stop burning fucking barbecue, and we'll be good.
Take care, man.
Go Browns.
Take it
I
easy.
love you,
Take
Darren.
care of yourself.
Love you. Oh, there it is. I love that guy. If I could go to Cleveland and hug him, Doug, I should do that, right?
At some point, you actually should. Yes.
Right.
They're just driving through.
Right. Browns got Watson. Broncos got Wilson.
I'd take Wilson over that mess.
Doug's completely right. Yeah, what's Darren watching? We never asked, Doug.
I know. Yeah, but we got involved in so many other things, and we'll ask him next time. We'll ask him next time.
Yes. How about edible avocado flavored top sheets?
No. For all of that praise, all of it.
How about this though? Quick. Oh look, wait, what? Right, wait, what? Yeah, right. How about this though? Real quick. Let's get your opinion on this.
Right away, no.
Well, so does the Disney guy.
Yes, that's great, but over here she's gonna be even better.
Doug, right away, know why.
Because fuck Disneyland or Disney World, either of them. Fuck both of them. And if you're an adult proposing there, because
go into it.
Both of them are terrible.
but what is the reason though? Let's hear it. I just want to know real quick. It's cool. Not that I disagree or agree.
All right. So Disneyland or Disney World stuff is just abjectly bad. And yeah, exactly right. The all white outfit where he was trying to be like a member of Backstreet Boys. What the fuck is he doing there? Also, the guy just running at me like, honey, you're coming down here.
Right. No, Vince,
like,
no.
No, but the thing is, like, why do that? Let those people have fucking 5 minutes of nonsense, propose in a terrible location.
I agree.
It's a bad location to propose.
I agree.
Listen, your proposal, like, all right, so some people like really public proposals. I think that is bad because
I agree.
I think your proposal should be somewhat private and personal. Some people disagree. All right, so maybe for those people, that's what it is. I just don't want to be anywhere near anything Disney World or Disneyland, and that's just a personal preference. I think people who go there, like we talked to Kyle about this, Kyle Thompson, where it's like, hey, he went, and I was like, hey, listen, good for you.
His family, yeah.
Your kids are little. That makes sense.
Yes.
Fuck that otherwise.
Okay. Yep. You proposed.
My 7-year-old just is like, hey.
Right. So, Doug, I normally would agree with you. The only reason is because with the shithead, I mean DeSantis, the shithead, I've kind of taken sides with Disney, so then that's only a temporary thing now. It's only a temporary thing. Right. It's just, when you want to oppose a fascist, you know what I mean? You got to kind of push things. But I've never taken my kids to Disney. And at this point with 16 and 18, they're going to go as adults. They're not going to go with me. We chose to do other things like Legoland and different things. But listen, your marriage is to the public, dog, because it takes a village, damn it. He's DeSantis. He's against everything saintly. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. He wants it that way.
Because that guy looked like he was in a boy band. Hey, let me
Doug,
wear white shoes, white socks, white pants, white shirt.
tell me why. So then we're gonna finish. We're gonna finish, Doug, with
Well
this.
played.
So you ever have this happen to you, where like you pull up to a like a gas thing, and like the dude is smoking. This dude here on the dude on the left, or I'm sorry, the dude on the right here is smoking.
Yeah.
You ever have that where you
Yes.
pull up to a thing and the dude is smoking? Well, this dude in the thing is not having it, and you're about to see what happens because he's not.
Yeah, that guy should get just blasted with the smoke thing. Yeah, fuck him.
Right. I've always wanted to do this because I've seen this so many times where they think it's cool to have a smoke break right next to where you're pumping gas. Like, what the hell? So, Doug, it's been a night, and for y'all who cannot see, Darren has moved on. He's going to sleep.
Well, that motherfucker wake up at 3, so yeah.
So I will go first here, and since I went to a brewery that only brews beers only above 7%, you're pretty much going to get the craziness and the rants and the fucking shit that you got out of me tonight. I hope y'all enjoyed it. This isn't something I fucking planned to do, but wow, Doug, I don't know what to do here. So my least favorite tonight was probably this English style ale, or this English pale ale, but it's an English style IPA. Oh, I love Jessica Jones because like I'm gonna have some smart ass thing to say about this to her the next time I see her.
She's gonna smack you down with some
She's
knowledge.
going to smack me the fuck down with fucking logic and all kinds of shit and make me look like an ass. But the best thing is it won't be on live stream, so all y'all can see. But, so the English style, she's probably not watching because she's got a big day tomorrow. It's their 4th anniversary, and hopefully she's rested up so she can deal with all the people that hopefully swamp her brewery, and hopefully they buy all the fucking beer because she fucking deserves it. Because as I said, she's one of the best brewers, if not the best, in this fucking city. And if I insulted any brewers, y'all need to pick up your game. So, not that Bradison Brewers need to pick up their game, but if you're insulted, then you need to pick up your game. Number 2 would be this extra blonde ale, which I wanted to send Doug one, but I'm gonna drink this other one because
drink the other one, dude. Fuck it.
It's fucking delicious, and it's a drinkable, really sessionable 10.9%.
That's really hard to pull off. That's really hard to pull off.
And the best is this damn triple that I still didn't finish, but I'm going to, motherfuckers. Actually, as I pour out the rest right now, Doug, I'm pretty sure you've had this.
I've had their triple and I've had their burnt ale. And
it is just on point for the style. It's fantastic. And actually, Giant Jones, generally and respectfully, they don't really stay on style that much. They kind of do their own thing as far as the style goes.
I like that.
This is on style. Yeah, this is on style, though, in my opinion. And maybe Jessica would argue with me on that. Maybe she does something differently. But they're all organic, and they're all just, well made done. And again, people have problems with organic beer too. People bitch about it. I've heard so much stuff about it. All those are on point. Fantastic. Doug, you had some good ones too tonight, brah.
Well, I had 2 good ones and one that was not so good.
Okay. Let's get to it.
So I'm going to start with the one that I liked the least, and it was the Drecker, which is surprising because Drecker makes really good stuff. But this milkshake beer was a fucking milkshake. You only get extra points to get a whole pack if you choose a blonde. So there's that. So here's the thing. This was like really thick and like it literally was like a milkshake. It was all like milkshake, which is not something I want. I got it because of Drecker. Drecker makes really good stuff. All the other stuff I've put from Drecker has been really good. This is just not my jam. Charlie O'Hara actually mentioned that he had that and didn't care for it either. And he likes their IPAs. So my second favorite was Skull Splitter, which is a fucking classic. It's always fucking great. It's really goddamn good.
Yeah, it's a really good one. Yep.
And on most nights, this would be the best thing I had on most.
Dude, and it's a style you don't see anymore ever anywhere. It's almost dead, Doug.
It's a Scotch ale. You don't see hardly any of these. Like,
any
literally.
at all. Right. There's so much room for advancement on that one.
Yeah, so this thing was easily the best thing I had, only because it was just this was all right. So I like Peanut Butter Jenkins, which is their generic. I say generic in a really silly tone, but their regular peanut butter stout is Peanut Butter Jenkins, and they have several variants of that. This freaking barrel age, which was aged in Blanton's fucking bourbon barrels, which Blanton barrels are hard to get. It was just absolutely delicious. It was the best thing I had. And listen, Skull Splitter is great. This thing was like just way above what that was. And this is not easy to find. This was made last year. It hasn't even been made this year. This was something I found that was from last year. And yeah.
Did the milkshake bring all the boys to the yard though?
That would not bring any boys to the yard. This would bring all of them. So, but this is really fucking good, and if you can find that, please grab it. This would not bring any boys to the yard. This would sit there.
Damn right, it's better than yours. I can teach you, but I have to charge.
And we're getting copyright laws.
Yeah, fuck it. If you're listen, motherfuckers, if you're gonna we're at 3 hours and 1 minute, motherfuckers. So if you're gonna listen through all that to hear Khalees, it's Khalees, right? Khalees. Yeah, milkshake brings that up to the damn right. It's better than yours. I can teach you, but we got Mac Brewing next week. He's gonna talk about Juneteenth. He always shows a Juneteenth thing. We're gonna talk about all kinds of shit. And we're also we're not gonna talk about what we're gonna talk about in the post-production, but I'm sure he has something new. I don't know, maybe we can bug him and maybe get a beer delivery this week. I've never, for the record, Doug, Mac Brewing has never sent me shit.
Well, I sent him a whole bunch of shit. He sent me more than I sent him, which is fucked up because I sent him a lot of stuff and he still sent me more than I sent him.
Damn. But like, actually, I don't know if you know though, I insulted I don't know if it's insulted, but I said that his sister was a better guest than him or some shit when he was here. Like a dumbass. I don't know. She was though, she still is. Sorry, I don't anyway, look at this. I'm digging myself even a deeper hole, dog. Yeah, so we're gonna get the fuck out of here. Before I even go even deeper than that. But we want to thank y'all for hanging out with us for 3 hours. Y'all were great. Especially our commenters, y'all are great.
Yeah, you guys make the show go. You really do.
Y'all do, and y'all also make even including Zach, y'all make our guests feel welcome. Y'all make them laugh. Y'all support them. So we love you for that. Our support. We can't say enough about our support, and this is why we do it live. We do it live. I need to have that. We do it live.
We're doing it live.
Fuck it. I'll write it, Doug, and we'll do it motherfucking live. So,
also, fuck Bill O'Reilly. Fuck him.
Fuck Bill O'Reilly 1,500 times, if that's possible. With not even your dick, Doug, because I like you. So, fuck him with Matt Gates' dick. How about that? Here we go. Or I'm sorry, Marjorie Green Taylor's dick. How about that? So that was wow, that was really obnoxious. And on that note, yeah, your sister's a better guess. Why don't you send me?
Hey man, send me this. Yeah, man. Your sister's awesome.
They will be at the gates of hell, correct. We will see y'all next week. Love it. Love y'all. Love it.
please.
Love everything. Good times. Cheers. I almost don't want to sign off. It was such a good night. Cheers.